Doug Walker. You're watching The Crazy House, Crazy McCormick.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the Crazy House. I am Crazy McCormick. Thank you for coming in. We got another probably boring episode, but it is what it is. But how's everybody's week? Mine has been slow as shit, and but to my surprise, like, okay, you guys know I do Grubhub for a full-time job now, which, by the way, I actually had an order for Grubhub that was supposed to be here about a half an hour ago, and it's been delayed. So at some given point in time, I'm probably going to have to get up, and I'm going to be eating my fucking dinner while doing the show because time, it is what it is. However, like I said, as I was saying, I do Grubhub full time. It's been a slow fucking week. Up until the weekend, which is normal, but I don't think I've ever had a time where I was like struggling to make $150 in a day. Normally I can get about $180 by the end of even a slow day, but it's actually been much fucking slower. And I actually had a conversation with a customer the other day. So yesterday, actually, and I wanted to share this story with you guys because I thought this was one of the freshest stories for this week with my job. So I get a pick. I started at 7 in the morning on Saturday, right? I It takes me like a half an hour before I actually get my first request, and it's dog shit. Most of them in that, for the first 2.5 hours are dog shit. But then I finally get a decent order. And by decent, I mean this motherfucker was getting me $50. This does not happen very often. Like when I get something that's over $25. Uh, like most of the time, it's usually like, especially in the morning, you get like a fucking bunch of brokies that are ordering from the McDonald's menu or Taco Bell menu or something to that effect, and it it makes it so the day goes by a lot longer. But I get this order and it's $50. This guy wants four fucking Detroit cut pizzas, six round pizzas, and two orders of hot chicken. If you know, you know. I go to the store, I pick up my order, and it takes forever for like an extra 15 minutes or something like that for that to happen. And I drive a half an hour south. And so when I get there, it's a long driveway. So I'm like, okay, this is a rich fuck. I get there, and this guy's getting his house painted by some painting company. I'm taking a look at the terrain of the house. It's like, it's a very tall house. They're painted beige, goddamn fucking millennial beige. And like on the side of the house there is a garage, and then they've got like a separate garage away from the house that's like three cars. Like not barnish, but it actually looks like a fucking garage. Separate from the garage in the house. This guy's fucking loaded. I'm pretty fucking sure of it. The guy approaches my car as I'm turning the car around just to make it easier for me to head out when I drop off the order. Now, because of how big the order was, I have three fucking pizza bags full of fucking pizza and hot chicken. And so the guy approaches my car and he asks me if I need help. I was like, yeah, sure, I appreciate that. And so I give him a bag and I grab the other two. He and I walk into the fucking garage. And he's asking how my day is, and I was like, it's not bad. It's been a little slow this morning, but your order actually really helps out a lot with me trying to get to my goal by the end of the day. He's like, why? What do you mean? I explained to him the situation where it's like, okay, a majority of the fucking orders that I've been getting have been like less than $8, and they come far and few in between. And he's like, he's thinking about it, and he's like, I would think that more people would be willing to order because of it being Saturday. I said that's what I said too. However, what I think it is, and I told him I don't mean to bring politics into this, but I do believe it has something to do with what's going on involving the shutdown. Because you guys know I've been paying a lot closer to politics and stuff, and laughing at certain people's misfortune with it because, half this country is fucking stupid. But anyways, yeah, so like I tell him I think what it has to do is the shutdown, because the food stamp situation that a lot of people have been talking about on social media, specifically TikTok, is that if they don't come to a decision on the legislative branch about the shutdown with the money and the budget for the country, then by the 3rd of November, if they don't come up with a decision by November 3rd, then everybody who's on food stamps is not going to be getting any food stamps. And I believe is what the case may be. And so what I think it is that people are either actually taking whatever spending cash that they have and putting it down on actual groceries so they're eating out less. And so this guy, so because of that, that affects me in a way. I guess we'll find out next week, you know, and for the preceding weeks to go by. And so the guy was like, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then he explains the reason why he bought so much pizza was because these guys have been chipping away at at painting his house, and he's been doing it up and all this other stuff. So this guy decided, even though he's contracting these workers to paint his fucking house, he decided to buy lunch for them. This is a generous dude, and I appreciate that. I can respect that. So he buys like 11 pies, almost 11 pies, a bunch of hot chicken, and he ends up, what up, Fuego? So, but here's where it gets better. He starts walking to his house. He says, stay right there. I'll be right back. I just got to grab something. I'm going to grab you something. He says, do you want a pop or a water, Gatorade or something like that? Anything that's on the table, you're free to take. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take a Coke. So I grab a Coke off the table. And then he walks back out, slips me a 50 in cash. And he says, here you go. I hope this gets you better closer to your goal by the end of the day. I was like, wow, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful of this. So like I thought that was the dopest shit. That's like the coolest fucking story because I haven't had an order like I haven't had a situation like this in quite some time. The last time I had a big issue like this, I picked up a drunk dude Ubering back in like 2016, something like that. This dude was trying to get food at McDonald's, but he couldn't because the fucking store, the inside was closed. Yeah, he slipped me a 50. And so like I'm not going to say no to a 50 spot, you know what I'm saying? Like money's money. But anyways, yeah, so this motherfucker, he ends up ordering an Uber because he can't go in the store and he can't order from the drive-thru on foot. So he orders an Uber just so he can go in through the drive-thru and fucking order food. When I get there, he hands me a $20 bill for going out of, just for picking him up. Then he gives me another $20 bill for going out of my way to pick him up. Okay, he's drunk, mind you. Then he gives me a fucking another 20 for ordering for him, basically having to interpret for him. He tries to give a $20 bill to the person at the fucking at the drive-through window, and she can't accept that. So he just gives it to me. And then he tries to do the same thing to the person who drops the food off. He tries to give them a $20 bill. And she doesn't take it either. So he gives it to me. This dude gave me a $100 tip just for taking him through the drive-thru and taking him home. Like, and then there was another time in the Grubhub I did a couple years ago. I picked up 3 big plates of sushi at like some place called Fujiyama, and I got like $66 out of it. Like, so getting that 50 spot. Now here's the thing, and this is a rule of mine. This is an important rule of thumb for me. If I get a cash tip, that doesn't go towards my fucking that doesn't go towards my quota at all. So I'm sitting with a 50 in my armrest, chilling, and I'm thinking about what I can do with that. So today when I picked up my son, the first thing we did was we went to a video game store. I bought some video games. Yeah, so that's basically the whole part and parcel. Now it looks, according to this, my order is almost here. All right, I see Illegal kicking it in the chat. Fuego Flames is in the chat. MC Wig Splitter, Bizarre, Twisted Tree Line 89. Let's see, Time Traveler. An Unnerving Brain was here first. I appreciate you guys coming in. Now, You need a battery for that detector. So I keep telling everybody this, and I'm going to continue to say this. It's not my fucking smoke detector. That's actually my phone. And the reason why I did that was because I did it to mainly troll um, the homies at the gathering of the Juggalos last year, and I never changed it because I think it's too fucking funny. And if you want to hear another fucking story before we get into the news, I think that this is actually a pretty funny story. Uh, I shared this with my baby mama, and this is what went down. So I have an order, and I have to drop it off at this apartment complex. According to the description, it says meet me in the lobby. So I meet homegirl in the fucking lobby. She ain't there. So I text her, hey, I'm here. No answer. So I call her. She picks up, and I was like, hey, this is Kevin with Grubhub. I'm going to, I'm at blah, 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 blah. Is this the place you want to meet up? She says, yeah, I'll be down there in a minute. So now Grubhub has this thing now where every now and again you have to put in a 2-digit delivery code. I look at it like an offie, like how you would look at it with through an authenticator app. So in order to continue the order and make the exchange, you have to have this 2-digit code, right? So she finally comes down to the lobby, and I hand her her food, and I was like, okay, what's the order? What's the 2-digit code? 67. Now, keeping in mind, she's a millennial, all right? No, I'm a millennial. She's Gen Z, and this has been a fucking new trend that I guess has replaced Skibbity Toilet. Okay, so this is like the new brain rot thing. And my kid fucking explained it to me, so I under... What the fuck? Okay, my shit just like glitched for some reason. Anyways, so I don't know what the hell that was. Am I still live? Okay. SWAT enabled. No shit. I don't know what the hell just fucking I don't know. I heard that doo doo doo, so it sounds like something got fucking like disconnected. And I would think it would be my camera, but it's not. Anyways, so keeping in mind, this girl is a Gen Z and I am a millennial. I should not think this is funny. Okay? So the absolute probably I need to get a new fucking tower anyways. So right as soon as she says 6-7, the first thing I did was and then I punched it in and she looked at me all confused. I'm like, this is your fucking meme. Like I'm thinking to myself, this is your fucking meme. And I finally think I understand the concept of 6-7. The idea behind 6-7, granted it has no meaning. The comedy behind it is the fact that people are getting confused by it because they actually think it means something. I actually saw a TikTok video where some woman was like trying to break down 6-7. She's like, if you look at the periodic table of the elements, the periodic the element that has the number 6-7 is HO. They're calling us hoes. And I'm like, you're looking too deep into this, you stupid bitch. Shut the fuck up. It means nothing. Okay? It means nothing. It's a growing meme. Like what does the number 6-7 have to do with you doing this? Like nothing. The comedy behind it is the fact that people don't understand the comedy behind it. It's basically trying to ask a liberal what a woman is defined as. Okay? Anybody who wants to consider themselves a woman is the definition of a woman. 6-7 in this means nothing, and therefore it's funny because you're trying to look too deep into it. Because it actually means nothing and you think it means something. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, so that's a thing. Anyways, now that I'm done with story time with McCormick, so let's go ahead and get into some shit. We got a little bit of news, you know. So let's see. What's the first thing that we could talk about? All right. All right. So yeah, let's talk about this for starters. Up. Give me a second. That sounds like food. Okay, so now that you've seen what it is that's on there, oh man, it doesn't even fit the fucking thing. Hold on. There we go. All right, can you hear me now? Good. Anyways, here's what it's going on. Lyrical Snuff Productions and the Juggalo World Order, I believe, or no, the Jaeger World Order is actually what it is doing the road trip to Hades Friday, November 7th at Trixie's in Hamtramck. So if you don't know, that's in the Detroit area. And it looks like we're going to have some pretty boss-ass fucking... we got some boss-ass fucking people performing for that shit. Okay, excuse me. Well, my dinner finally came, and I am hungry. So, if you don't like it, fuck you. What did I get? Yesterdog. If you've never been to West Michigan and you need and you need a reason to come to this side of the fucking state, it's definitely for Yesterdog. Yesterdog is the shit. So we got performances going on by Scum, Insane Poetry, The Homie, Big Sherm, 216A, Zitro, Checkmate, Abe LinkedIn, and Ear Fungus. So basically, we got quite a few fucking number of homies on the lineup. Because, yeah, Big Sherm is the homie, Zay is the homie, Zitro is the homie. Scum is a very nice dude. Like, I swear to God, like, I want to see if Scum is as close to what I think he might be, which I kind of look at him as, like, you know Corpse Grinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse, where it's, like, the most brutal of fucking death metal, but he's such a nice guy, and he also is very talented at picking up shit in fucking claw machines. Like, I just want to see Scum try a fucking claw machine. You know, I want to see that. Because that's kind of how I envision Scum. Scum is like the Corpse Grinder Fisher of the Juggalo world. So yeah, we got this road trip to Hades on Friday, November 10th at 6 p.m. at Trixie's. So that's a week after Hallowicked. So if you're not too far away, definitely check it out. I mean, it's fucking Scum, you know what I'm saying? I am not timing you to fuck out, Shocker. How you been, homie? I haven't seen you in a grip. Miss you. All right. I am enjoying these. Fuck all these commercials. Oh, yeah, because, you know, God forbid a Juggalo get paid a couple nickels. Now, speaking of Hallowicked, what the hell's going on here? Exactly. Had to get some yesterglizzies. Now, speaking of Hallowicked, this flyer popped up out of nowhere. Hallowicked 2025, they finally got the fucking lineup. And they AI'd the fuck out of this probably. I don't know. I guess that's purely speculation as to whether or not this is AI. Listen. But not only are they going to have JCW Lunacy, but they're also going to be having Al Azul, Elu, and King Gordy. When I saw that, I laughed my ass off. It's like, okay, King Gordy, I believe, is now solo on LSP. Al Azul, Ilu, well, we all know. Is this a mukbang? I have no idea what that is. Define that for me. So, anyways, yeah, Al Azul, Ilu. What up, Swill? Much love to you, homie. Al Azul, Ilu, like, we all know what happened with Al Azul, Ilu over the summer. Okay? And then you got Trick Trick. So that's two former groups from Magic Ninja Entertainment. You got two people that are heavily involved with Eminem, and you've got Ouija Mac, and Insane Clown Posse might show up. I don't know. But this is a much better flyer. Like, this is the flyer that should have been done like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? And the reason being is because like all we've got was like the half and half boy, and it didn't show any names or anything like that. But apparently and I don't talk about this dude this much on my show, but apparently Humble Among had some shit to fucking talk about when it concerned this fucking flyer.
Let's not talk speculation. Let's talk factulation.
Yesterday, the Insane Clown Posse released this flyer announcing the lineup for their annual Halloween show in Detroit, the Hallowicked Clown Show. Now, immediately, a lot of people were drawn to the AI used on this poster, on this flyer. A lot of controversy over the Insane Clown Posse using AI. Are we going to have to start calling them AICP?
Bruh. Your channel, mind you, is... I would think that Humble Among, with how fresh and new he is in comparison to people like myself, is on YouTube. You should be fucking skibbity-rizzing all over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tom Wood is AI. Tom Wood, as a human being, is AI, because nobody in real life looks that fucking sexy. I'm just putting that out there. God, these hot dogs are awesome. But yeah, so he's claiming that, like, so he's basically claiming that this is AI. Maybe it is. Could be. His Wranglers are AI. Dude, his cowboy boots are probably the only thing that's real. I will forever fucking stand the fuck out saying Tom Wood is sexy while stuffing a glizzy. You goddamn right. Because why not? I mean, hey, there's no perfect time for telling truthful facts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I will. Meanwhile, you got fucking... There's a picture floating around of Ouija Max smoking out of a glizzy. Yeah, VLC Media Player for the win. Dude, I use this all the time. Okay. Anyway, let's backtrace it and hear this again.
I used on this poster, on this flyer. A lot of controversy over the Insane Clown Posse using AI. Are we...
What controversy? Everybody uses AI. That's the thing. That's something I'm not understanding. There's a lot I don't understand.
You're going to have to start calling them AICP? I think the AI even botched Violent J's makeup. It looks like he has Shaggy's mouth here. And it seems like they may have used AI in the writing of this post as well.
Now that I can probably agree with. I don't know. Either that or it's like you got to understand like Violent J is not really in with the
that
times.
Accompanied this image, but
It's so yeah, the controversy is the Juggalodum. The Juggalodum, the Juggaloness of the Juggalodium. That's all it is.
You be the judge. The countdown to Halloween is bleeding out. 9 days to Hallowicked.
I really don't want to hear his voice reading this. All right. So let's go through it. I'm going to read it. The 32nd annual Hallowicked Clown Show creeps into the Detroit's Masonic Temple Theater, and the air already smells like Faygo fog and something unnatural. So he is basically a, you know what? Fuck it. Almost everything that is read here, he assumes it's AI. I got singing piss jug jack-o'-lanterns.
The 32nd annual Hallowicked Clown Show creeps into Detroit's Masonic Temple Theater, and the air already smells like Faygo, fog, and something unnatural. Like AI, perhaps?
What is his problem with AI? Like, AI is useful as a tool, and that I can understand. And I can also, but like, at the same time, it's like, it seems as if he's like got this huge fucking hatred for AI shit. Although I have seen some other, YouTubers as well that, have used and abused certain, AI slop for their own personal gain, which I guess is useful. You know what? I'm just gonna say it right here and now. If the picture is AI, and the description of said picture is also AI, the whole show is going to be fucking AI. Oh, snap. MC
Juggalo Championship Wrestling sets the whole night on fire, fists flying, bodies crashing, and that violence that only Juggalos understand. See, that part sounds hella like AI. It's chaos in a steel chair.
Or it sounds like fucking 1995 Violent J.
And a twisted grin. Yeah, AI. Fuck Ouija. Dash crawls out the grave with that unholy swagger, speaking in tongues through bass and static. I mean, come on. Trick, the Motor City's own general, is coming through with that Detroit grit and power. Right. When Trick hits the stage, the whole city stands up.
Okay, so you get the point. So Juggalo Championship Wrestling is AI. Ouija Mac is AI. Trick, the General of Motor City, he is also an AI figure. Al Azul Ilu, like this was all written by AI. We get it, okay? Like everything is AI now, and things.
Clown Posse, the Wicked Ringmasters themselves, are bringing that annual ritual of wicked shit back home where it belongs.
Now here's the thing though, AI would not put the X over the I in shit. Okay, it would definitely just say shit. So tell me, like somebody would have to fucking proofread this and literally go out of their way to put the fucking X instead of the I, and all of the other cuss words and shit like that. Not look, it is. And by the way, it's fucking stupid. In general, by the way, that they would actually fucking yeah, this is a big ass cookie. It would be stupid as fuck to think that whoever typed this or AI'd this would go out of their way to edit the word shit. But I do notice that not a single time does it say anything about the word fucking. The word fucking is not in this at all.
When the lights drop and the Faygo erupts, you already know Detroit turns into Clown Ground Zero. The Hallowicked Clown.
Right, it was probably Rob. Grok did it. No, Grok thinks it's Mecha Hitler last I knew. So I don't think Grok would be fans of Insane Clown Posse. Anyway.
Show only hits once a year. And this year, it's darker, louder, and sicker than ever before. And tickets available now at the link in bio. Catch it live on pay-per-view and link in bio.
Okay. Now, no, not because of Elon Musk, but because of the trolls. The trolls got started basically redesigning Grok, and then Grok started thinking it was Mecha Hitler. I use ChatGPT myself. Now, okay, Swill says, I like HAA's purely speculations vids, and they are mostly entertaining. There's a reason why I picked this up.
Does that sound like AI to anyone else? Oh.
AI took his job. I don't know.
Oh, just me? I'll go fuck myself then. Now, the other thing that has caught a lot of people's attention is the inclusion of One Act Axe, a horrorcore group that...
Apparently, he thinks Alazul Ilu is shit. Okay.
That has been clown signaling as of late, but has a history of talking shit and disguising it as...
So he said that this is they're clown signaling, but like he considers this to be a fucking sneak diss. Let's unpack this, shall we? August 24th, 2021. Do you guys remember what happened? That was the gathering where Violent J ended up announcing his heart issues. After that came out because nobody except for Joey really knew about it. Okay, so he announced it publicly at the gathering of the Juggalos during the seminar. And Twisted fucking came out with their heartfelt and concern. And Alazul Ilu, like Bill Cox right here. I know this is going to be an unpopular status, because you know, if you're Emily or psychopathic, you have to automatically hate on the other side. Now, I ended up saying this publicly. It's like, I don't personally have a problem with people who are fans of Magic Ninja Entertainment. I never have. It's just that when you fucking provide hate towards me, I'm going to give you equal energy, right? That's just how it works. Okay? I match energy with people. Once I start seeing that you are giving off negative energy, I'm going to give it to you back. But prior to that, I'm going to fucking give you the best that I can. That's just how I am. So it's mainly the M&E people who say fuck ICP and fuck you for not listening to Magic Ninja Entertainment. Then we got a problem. Right? Now, Magic Ninja Entertainment, I've already said this multiple times, time and time again. When it concerns anybody that's on Magic Ninja Entertainment, I will not listen to you. As long as you're on Magic Ninja Entertainment, I will not listen to your work. And the reason, and anything that has a fucking ninja star on it, I will not listen to it. The reason being is because anytime that I buy an album or fucking listen to a stream that has the little ninja star on it, Twisted's gonna get a chunk of it. I don't care if it's a fucking 10,000th of a penny from me listening to one of your fucking songs, I will not listen to it. And that's because I know that in some way, shape, or form, Jamie and Paul are going to get a little piece of that fucking cheddar. That's the way that it is. Okay, so I don't hate on people who are fans of Magic Ninja Entertainment. I just decide that I'm not going to listen to them anymore, or anybody that's on Magic Ninja Entertainment. And now that they are free and have no masters, I'm going to listen to any new shit that they come out with.
By the way, I just want to say fuck Crazy McCormick. Whack as fuck.
Dr. Soccer was that $20 super chat. He says, I said, time me the fuck out. All right, fine. Let's see. You gave me 20. Does 10 minutes sound good? I hope 10 minutes sounds good. There you go. It's $2 for every minute. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I love you, Shocker. I missed you, man. All right, so anyways, hearing that Violent J is having heart issues for real saddens me. Regardless of whatever, none of us would be where we are if it wasn't for that man. I'll never forget the magic I felt growing up listening to Psychopathic, as it's the exact magic that now walks with Zool. He's saying that that's like a fucking undercut to Jay. That's what he is. That, like, dude, anybody in the fucking Juggalo community, you know what I'm saying, that is in the rap game, that looks at Violent J as a inspiration to the art that they fucking create, says the exact same thing as that. Embodies that exact same fucking thing. Where in this entire fucking post is Bill dissing Violent J? I'd like to hear some sort of an explanation with that. Let's see. I know our web store isn't completely full of overpriced Hot Topic designs, and I know we don't secretly despise you and are only after your money, but if you could spare a moment to check out the link below, you might get into heaven with us. Bye, bye, bye. That is that in a way is something that he said, you know, I think I remember what that is. I think that's a response to the whole buy or buy thing. Which, let's face it, Jay fucking took an egg to the face for that. That whole buy or buy bullshit got a lot of jugs fucking mad at that.
In bio. Is that
Anyways, yeah.
out, the lights flicker, the air drops 10 degrees, and the temple itself remembers why it's haunted. That feels like AI sourced that the Detroit
Okay.
only hits once a year. AI to anyone else. Been clown signaling as of late.
That's
but has a
there we
history
go.
of talking shit and disguising it as praise, or just sneak dissing altogether. Also,
Like, that isn't even a fucking sneak diss. It's basic. And how is that a diss towards Jay when it's the fucking marketing? Like, Jay has no say-so on how much the shit fucking costs. I remember having a conversation when in 2005 between Violent J and my boy Mobus from the Detroit area. He actually, after a Blazy Dead Homie show, Jay he rolled up to Jay and he said, "Yo, why is it ever since you lost the weight, Hatchet Gear ain't got nothing above a 3X?" He whips out the fucking episode of he pulls out a fucking paperwork of the Weekly Freakly Weekly. He's like, "This isn't going to be coming out in a couple weeks." And somebody asked the exact same fucking question. And my answer to that was, I have in no way, shape, or form any say-so on the prices of these items. But at the same time, don't you think that that could be considered a clap back when it concerns the whole buy or buy thing that Violent J had said in the past? Because there is a thing where I guess I can sort of agree with Conservative Juggalo podcast about one thing, is that things are fucking expensive as hell now. Yeah, buy or that buy. I mean, we've all seen Ketamine J, so yeah, that could be the exact interpretation of buy or buy. I would fuck you. You think I'm joking? I am too high on ketamine to not fuck a dude. Or some shit like that. Anyway. I love the I just noticed where I paused this. Anyways, there is a reason why I'm playing this fucking video, by the way.
so rather recently, they were signed to Twisted's record label, M&E Magic Ninja Entertainment, but their contract ran out this year and they dissed them on the way out.
Yeah, because, you know, no Masters, no Kings. All they got out of the fucking deal was a dry cleaning bill at the end of the day. If you were to get a $200 fucking check after 2 years of asking for your fucking check from your bosses, would you be upset? I mean, I know you work in the mechanical field. So let's just say for 2 years you're working as as a machinist, as you've said before, okay, at your job, and they don't pay you for 2 fucking years, and when they do finally pay you, They only hand you a $200 check. You think you're going to be sticking around for a little bit longer? I don't think so. Let's make it make sense, fam.
Thing that I really wanted to talk about, and I'm surprised not more people are talking about it.
Why are you over accentuating the way that you move your mouth? God, that's annoying. Talk like a normal person. You don't have to over accentuate. No.
In the Juggalodium is the include.
I hate that word. Just so you know. I hate that fucking word. But anyways, he's like the whole reason why I made this video. This is the whole meat and berries behind why he made this video. Let's hear it.
Inclusion of one artist on the lineup, Trick Trick. Detroit legend and Mr. No Fly Zone himself, Trick Trick. Now, this is a big deal. I feel like more people should be talking about this. One, right out the gate, because of Trick Trick's association with his good friend Eminem.
And? Why do you have to bring up Eminem? Excuse me. There is something I'm missing here. What the fuck? I'm missing a water. Okay, I had a bottle of water, and I'm missing it. Fuck. Anyway, yeah. Okay, wait for it. Okay, so Eminem is being brought up.
Eminem signed him to Shady Records back in the day. They put out a song together. Eminem basically put Trick Trick over big time. Trick Trick is also known for being Mr. No Fly Zone. He has established this check-in policy where major artists, when they come to Detroit, have to check in with certain members of the community, the hip-hop community, pay respects, and give opportunities to certain members of the hip-hop community in
I've never heard this before.
Detroit, rather than just coming to the city, taking advantage of the hip-hop culture and jetting. Famously having Rick Ross banned from Detroit for a second there.
Oh, what? Trick Trick blocked Rick Ross. Manager confirms.
He's still banned? But yeah, Trick Trick was signed to Shady Records, I believe, and definitely is good pals, good buddies with Eminem. Could this be a bridge to settling the long cooled-off beef between Eminem and the Insane Clown Posse?
What? This was the reason why I added this video. Is the same reason why he made this video. The long cooled down beef between ICP and Eminem. What? The fuck are you smoking? This is the year of your Lord 2025. And you still think that there's some sort of animosity between Insane Clown Posse and Eminem? And Trick Trick is going to be the thing that calms it down, as opposed to ICP working with the likes of Royce da 5'9", King Gordy, Bizarre, Proof. I can't scream. I can't scream because I'm not alone in the house. Thank you. Thank you. I really wish that I had that fucking queued up. Somebody give me less than $3. You know, somebody give me $3.50 so you can hear me scream. But just, I heard this shit. Somebody fucking sent this to me. And when I heard this shit, I'm like, no! How do you not know the fucking lore, bro? The only thing that he has in his defense line right now is that phrase, cooled off. Okay? Okay, so Proof going around Detroit, Michigan, and single-handedly ending all the local beefs with everybody, with Esham's problem that he had with fucking Proof and Bizarre when it was just them and D12. Esham doing a tour with Royce to 5'9". Twisted having Proof and Bizarre on Independence Day. Everybody on everybody that was in that crew fucking having a bowling match of solidarity with all of the fucking psychopathic employees in 2006 before Proof was shot and killed. Okay? The very fact that Eminem owns the studio that runs Shade 4-5 and Sway has had Insane Clown Posse on that motherfucker over the whole Juggalo March. Eminem has literally personally banned certain people from that fucking shit. And yet Sway got fucking ICP on Shade 4-5 to talk about the Juggalo March. The numerous amounts of times that ICP has fucking given Eminem his props for being the GOAT. The fact that Eminem has shouted out Violent J and Esham now on multiple occasions in the raps. How 3 times on Marshall Mathers 2 LP? But it's going to be Trick that fucking finally does it. Okay? There is a long history of things ending, okay? They had their beef. It's done. And yet hold on a second. This dude is saying, oh, it's cooled off, okay? I still feel like Eminem might have some sort of animosity towards ICP. Over what? A flyer that he was pumping around almost 30 fucking years ago? Eminem is the greatest of all time, okay? He is still on the top spot. Despite coming in whenever he fucking feels like it, drops a fucking LP whenever he wants to, doesn't even have to make an announcement, it'll still go fucking platinum. It's fucking Eminem. Then you got ICP, okay? They still do their underground boys. They still continue their fucking lore and all this other stuff. They don't diss each other anymore. They're not, like, if anything, cooled off my ass. If fucking Eminem is going out and giving ICP their flowers, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more than just cooled off. I think it's been completely defrosted. Now, the very same person who fucking sent me this shit and was like, you've got to see this shit. This dude is like, I changed my mind about Humble Among. He's fucking retarded. End quote. The very same person who showed me this video ended up saying, you mean to tell me that this is my replacement? Fucking the King's coming back. Winter is coming. I don't script that shit, Swill.
What do you think about the Hallowicked lineup?
It's fine. I'll be honest with you. I don't know shit about Trick. This is a purely speculation video and meant to be somewhat sarcastic. No. That's not how I'm taking it. I'm taking it as like, okay, look, if you've been a Juggalo as long as you claim to have been, I would think that you wouldn't use open shit like that to fucking troll the fucking Juggalos. If anything, it's like, okay, Like, and not in this fashion. Like, you make it clearly obvious that you're fucking kayfabing that shit. I think that it would be funnier. And I would probably I'd probably take a better take on that shit. If a court, that's just purely speculation that that's how he's fucking doing it. And yet, yeah, clickbaitish, but he wants to fucking bitch about other people that fucking use clickbait in their titles. Yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah, makes clear, perfect fucking sense. Anyways, yeah, so there's that shit. Believe me, Swill, I want to, but the kids are asleep. So I gotta fucking calm myself down. Alright, so we got one other thing that I want to fucking talk about. I saw this and I thought, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Let's move on to something that's actually more cool. Anyways. So Clockwork E's coming out soon with a like this fucking picture is just funny. Like this is totally like outside of fucking Clockwork E, and I think that's what makes this album cover so fucking dope. Is that this is like the exact opposite of everything that we've seen concerning Clockwork E. But they're going to be coming out with another EP soon called Rent a Friend. And here's the backside where it shows the track listing and shit. And it looks like that the whole thing is being produced by Kyle, which I think is pretty dope. But then again, Clockwork E's always been pretty fucking dope. So you've got some of these, a one-on-one friendship experience, Would You Be My Friend? All songs written and performed by Clockwork E. So we got 8 tracks. Rent a Friend, Have Some Fun, Bad Influence, What's Your Name, Johnny Bravo, which I can only imagine, Do You Remember, Homeboys, and Together. So this is going to be coming out soon on social medias. I care because, I'm friends with these guys and I think that they're funny. So I care. I give shits about the Silver Boys. All right, so we got to switch this over here. And believe me, I want it to fucking explode, but I can't. All right, so we got this other thing here. So I came across this on TikTok, which I thought this was interesting in and of itself. ICP having a conversation with each other over the possible things that are needed for the future of JCW. So I actually want to get your input on this. What do you guys think about this shit?
I feel like JCW is just stagnant. Like we're stuck where we're at. You know what I mean? The only way to compete is to get real financial help. That's why I feel like it's time, for the first time ever, we open the doors and we find us an investor, bro. JCW needs an investor.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know about all that, man, because think about it. JCW has been around for so many years without an investor because people don't understand JCW like we do. They don't know how to push JCW like we do. I hear what you're saying, but I still don't think that's a good idea.
I want to prove to the world the type of show Juggalos can put on. I know we've always been for Juggalos, by Juggalos, and all that, but you know what? I want to show the real world, the rest of the world, how good Juggalos can perform a wrestling promotion. And to do that, we need financial assistance, bro.
So I think that Jay has a good point, personally. Let's see. Okay, so here's other things too that you got to look into. Like there was an interview in the Metro Times that Jay did, and he was talking about a lot of the things going on with JCW as well as the upcoming Hallowicked. He talked about the knot, which you could actually look it up yourself. The link to the video is on Fago Lover 7. So a couple of things that you guys have been saying. Okay, Swill says he needs an investor. but financial support won't make his stream any better. Yeah, judging the fact that you use Restream and you have a setup where it's very StreamYard-ish, that I agree with. That won't make you a better stream. As a streamer, if you're able to shoot in high def and you're able to get cool transitions, you know, not just limited to, but other stuff like that. You know, if you can get stuff like that, like you take a look at the quality of the production value of either the Shaggy show, Keegan's fucking streams. Like, you have so much different shit. Like, mine is kind of mid-tier. And I personally think that StreamYard and the like are very lackluster and small. That kind of shit is for really lazy fucks who don't know a goddamn thing and don't want to invest in learning a fucking thing in order to improve their craft. So like when it concerns streaming and shit like that, okay. Streaming, like a little bit of knowledge growth and a little bit of extra money can definitely fucking go a long way when it concerns like a stream. Unless, and then if you're Toxic Plague Entertainment, you can just buy views. Now, when it concerns JCW, it's pretty much the same fucking thing. You've got these little segments where, like the camera quality is good. You have the writers. You possibly could have writers that have better ideas, but you also have to think about production value, better ring, better stage set, hiring bigger named fucking talent, because most of the talent that JCW has are fucking juggalos. A majority of them are. And a lot of them that even aren't juggalos are still loved by juggalos in and of themselves. And rather than having these one-offs, you could possibly hire somebody and give them a contract for a fucking season if you had some kind of investor. Like, could you imagine having Nick Nemeth as a lead performer in JCW for an entire year? You would have to pay him a contract that would be worthy of his attention in order to get a year-long contract. And you have other names like, other than Nick Nemeth, you have not Devin Storm, but one of the other Storms. Anyways, yeah, so James Storm, that's it. I was gonna say Lance Storm, but no. But like you get some other talent that is on the free market right now that have names that aren't really doing much, or just doing one-offs and shit. Lock somebody in with a year-long contract, and that even opens up the doors for what you could possibly do as a writer, or a booker of some sort for JCW. So in a way, I see where Jay's coming from. Like, it is stagnant because the money that's coming through for JCW is basically the same money that is being put into ICP's pocket. Like, I think half of it goes to them, the other half is going into JCW because they're booking lunacy episodes during shows. And what's he going to do after there's no more tours? You know what I'm saying?
Understandable, man, but I feel you. I hear what you're saying, but I just can't agree with that, man. I just still don't think it's not a wise move, man. It's not the right play, I don't think.
Well, look, man, do me a solid.
What up?
Trust me on this, bro.
You know I'm gonna, but I just gotta let you know how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I respect you.
I got your back no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me on this, bro.
All right.
I think it's the thing to do.
All right, let's
He
go.
did the
Fuck
thing.
it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Zodiac Wolf is a normal viewer, yes. They make the wrestlers set up the stage and shit like roadies. But like, I love JCW, and I love that finally. Like, I feel like for the longest time, there wasn't a whole lot of energy and effort put into JCW. And Jay has said that in the past, part of that. Yeah, he's waving. Like, yeah. He's no, that's not an 88 salute. That's a fucking wave emoji. I know what he's doing, and Zion is a normal guy, is a normal everyday person, so calm the fuck down. There, 88. There you go. I'm waving like an 8. Zion is AI. Anyway, yeah. So I guess I don't even think that this is kayfabe. I honestly think that Jay is actively out looking for a fucking investor. So my idea is that I personally think that it's a good thing. More money going into JCW should mean better production, more rings, more fucking please, for the love of God, can we get Zach Amico off the fucking commentator table and pay for somebody that's actually worth a shit? You know? Like, JCW has actually had some good runs. Like, when they first tried to serialize JCW with Slam TV, I feel like that was something that was actually pretty fucking wonderful. I really like it. Yeah, I don't like Zach Amico. It's just not a fan. Like, I just don't fucking care for him. It's taking me much longer to fucking eat that cookie than it is to me eating the glizzies. 4chan is dead. But anyways, yeah, so like I like okay, so Swill, you probably disagree with me on, it looks like you disagree with me on this. I disagree with you on the fact that you're saying that Jay is probably in over his head with things. Keeping in mind, like, he's been in WWE, WCW, ECW, he's run JCW, XPW, he's done shit over in Japan, and I think he's also done stuff in Mexico with Vampiro, TNA. So like and also NWA. So and he's friends with Billy Corgan, who runs NWA. If Billy Corgan can fucking run NWA, then I think Jay can possibly learn a thing or two about a thing or two and be able to be a little bit more successful with JCW. Because I don't think that this is a day and age anymore and is probably overwhelmed with the growth. That might be true. Because we do know that he does panic quite a bit. He does get attacked with panic quite a bit. You did? Just now? Man. What up, Juggalette? Hell yeah. Oh, that's teasy. Nice. All right, so me personally, I feel like Jay can do it. Ah, teasy and the heezy. Gotcha. Well, you changed your name, and I haven't been focusing on a lot of other streams, so I didn't know. Anyways, so I personally I have faith in our big homie Violent J. Damn, Spamly's fucking raiding my chat. I personally have faith that Jay can fucking do it. But of course, with investors means that you have to do what it is that they want you to do in order for them to be happy so they can continue to invest. Unless you can figure out how the fuck you can break that shit. You know, like, I don't know. I lost my own train of thought. JCW would take off after ICP is done. Yeah, and basically, I think that's what Violent J is doing with JCW. JCW is his passion, and you got to keep in mind, these guys don't have anything after they're done. So, Shaggy's got the Shaggy Show, and he can make a boodle doing that. He's got the fucking view count. He's got people fucking investing in that shit by sending him super chats and sending him fucking bits and stuff. And this is what Jay wants to do. Is he like when I think once he retires and the last 5 Joker cards are done, he wants to put all of his energies into JCW. Wrestling has been his fucking passion. Other than fucking hip hop and wrestling, these guys have nothing else. And I think that that's something that Jay has to seriously look into. So in order to make Jace, in order to keep himself busy after the after the last 5 of the third deck is done, he's got JCW to fall back on. So he has no choice. He has to make it feasible for himself, as well as everybody else that's booked into JCW. Yeah, but you also got to remember, this is what, like, the second year since JCW has been put through the fucking shit seriously, on a more serious level. Like that's the thing that you gotta look into as well. Is that, like, this is the most attention that Jay has actually put in. Oh yeah, but people don't love him for his athleticism. Too Tough Tony is dope. I love Too Tough Tony. But people aren't into him because he's fucking athletic. People are into him because he's a fucking lush. If you're standing in the front row, chances are pretty good you'll be able to hit that Everclear. All right, so we got to go into the next topic. And this I thought was actually pretty cool. I actually got hit up by the homie Beastmaster. I want you guys to know about this. So Beastmaster, he had an album that came out 17 years ago called Juggalo Agenda. He recently had it remastered, and it is now available on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. So, like, Beastmaster is my fucking homie. I have known him for a very long fucking time. One of the nicest dudes, Carnival Spirits, the whole nine. If you've seen Carnival Spirits during the fucking gathering, I've made an appearance for the last 2 years. And I love this dude. He is a very good dude. But he came out with this one. This dude, like, you listen to Juggalo Agenda, you know it's a Juggalo album. Okay? I'm just going to be forthwith on you with this one. It is definitely 100% a Juggalo album. But you also got to remember, Beastmaster was the same fucking guy who, and you can actually look at this on his fucking YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, we're going to look at it after this. Beastmaster is the same guy who talked about the Juggalo Carnival and the Juggalo world and the Dark Carnival as his fucking college thesis. And this is what he was most known for. Check it out. The Dark Carnival college speech. And now I think I might be able to finish my fucking cookie. Hold on. So I know Juggalos can't necessarily read, But this is like his intro. So, in our society, it is all too common for people to be stereotyped by others strictly based on music preferences and style. Choo choo. Start talking so I can eat this goddamn cookie. Several misconceptions about ICP and Juggalos come from the fact that a lot of people don't even care to know the truth. Hey, what up? What up, Karl? So, oh, by the way, if you see this fucking case of Faygo, like this was obviously you can see it. This was the OG logo design. There's a video of him on Carnival Spirits' channel where he drinks a 17-year-old fucking Faygo can, and I don't know. He might have almost died from it. I don't know. He's just throwing off all the swag and shit. Look, dude, I got cookie in my mouth. I can't read this. While it isn't the desire of most diehard juggalos to even bother justifying their passion and motivation to those who are oblivious, this video documents a college student juggalo taking the opportunity to enlighten his peers on the meaning behind it all. I'm nice.
What up, Juggalos? I'm giving a speech today on the Dark Carnival, so let's go to Endicott College after I grab my Faygo and we'll get this show on the road. Woo!
Like, listen to this motherfucker. Dude, this is so fucking 2001, you know what I'm saying? This is some early ass shit. And he's like driving around in his makeup. He put on his makeup and then went to college. Cut somebody off in the past.
My name is TJ Larson. I am a Juggalo. I've been a Juggalo for 3.5
Hello, TJ. Yeah, it's Beastmaster.
years, and what that means is that I'm down with the Dark Carnival. From kindergarten through 6th grade, my elementary years, my best friend was Tommy Brow, and we grew up near each other around the block.
Now, I don't even remember what this fucking class was for.
Easter, 1996. Tommy introduced me to something. He played me an album on his stereo. It was just a simple image.
Huh, that sounds similar to my fucking story.
And it's a Joker's card. Yeah.
By the way, during this point in his college years, I was still in high school. Like, I don't know if he was like a senior in college at this point. I don't remember. But like, I was still a junior in high school. I was trying to do the math, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah, this is actually dope. Bizarre, you are incorrect in that fucking shit.
It made me laugh. It was a little, the lyrics were a little twisted. It had a very deep meaning, even though the surface was quite just violent. And, well, basically it had a moral. And the moral is, when you die, you're going to encounter a room with a box and a question mark. And if you are an evil person, you're going to hear a deafening noise.
Don't read it from the back, you fuck.
Walls, and smoke is going to pour out of this box, and you're basically going to be pulled into hell for all eternity for being a bad person. But if you're a good person, you'll see a vision of God and eternal peace and a wash of golden light, and you'll go to heaven. And I thought, wow, what a really right-on message for an album by this group called the Insane Clown Posse. That was 96, and I graduated high school in 1997. The Easter Sunday before I graduated, we got together again with the class.
Yeah.
And this time, I also had the riddle box, and we kind of clicked. The summer of 1997 was really great because
He's got that great 2-liter just chilling.
Vince Neil's reuniting with the Motley Crue.
Now, keeping in mind, like he said that he started this specific journey in 1996, and here we are, 2001. So he's like 5 years in. So I feel like, and I don't mean to critique him because I don't really want to critique him because he is my homie and all, and I know that he knows as much as I know, if not as much, if not as much, probably maybe a little bit more. However, there are going to be some fucking mistakes that are made in this, you know what I'm saying?
We got tickets to an exclusive album performance 1 week before their new album came out, and it was one show out of 3 that came to Boston. We went to the record store to buy the new Motley Crue album, and when we were there, look what I found. Another Joker's card. Right, brand new, right on the shelf. It was the same day as the new Motley Crue album, The Great Malenko. And I picked it up, and I was like, wow, who would have thought, you know? And then I also wanted to pick up another Motley Crue album, so I walked around back, got it. When I came back up to the front of the store, Newbury Comics, all the other Great Malenko albums were gone. There was a bunch there when I picked it up, but they were all gone. Me and Tommy had our copies in our hands, but the rest were gone.
Oh, shit.
The Insane Clown Posse.
That's an omen! That whatever's contained within that fucking album is absolute magic. And it's only meant for fucking you. You know what I'm saying?
Posse had changed record labels to Hollywood Records, and Hollywood Records was being protested by...
So basically, yeah, he's like giving the history and mixing it in with his little personal shit.
It was pulled off the shelf 7 hours after it was released because of violent lyrics. But I bought my copy. And other people...
Well, it wasn't necessarily that. I mean, you also had the Southern Baptist thing going on. You know, fucking protesting Disney's fucking gay shit or whatever the fuck. But anyways, yeah. So he basically in this, like, you know, like the main reason why I wanted to show this was 2 reasons. One, to promote it. So for people who haven't seen it, go ahead, go to his channel. Beastmaster was here, and you can find that video. It's his most popular fucking video. It's a half an hour long. You can watch the whole thesis, right? The second reason being is because, like, this really, to me, fucking exemplifies. And he's not the only person that I know who has done some sort of fucking essay or thesis in college based on Juggalo culture. And so, like, it really just shows the level of downness that he's in. I don't remember exactly what he went to fucking college for, but I think it's dope as fuck that he ends up talking about the Dark Carnival and the Juggalo community and the history and lore of ICP during that period of time, when, you know, to a bunch of people who really don't even know what the fuck it is. You know, like, they see this fucking young, like, this young, tall fucking Viking in clown makeup, and they and they wonder what the fuck is he doing walking around campus like this? Is this the new fucking, you know, just looking at some dude walking around college campus with clown makeup on in 2001, you know what I'm saying? And they just look at this shit and they're just like, okay, is this the new trench coat mafia? It's interesting to me. Oh, by the way, so yeah, check that out when you got the time. It's definitely worth watching. I just can't play it all the way through right now because it's like a half an hour long or 25 minutes long about. But one other piece of interesting fucking footage that I saw was another homie of mine from fucking Carnival Spirits, who's actually been putting a lot of fucking groundwork into Fago Lovers as of late. Seth Moon, also known as Cali Green Too Fresh, ended up having a pretty quick interview with Wacko the Kid. And according to what it said on Fago Lovers, it's like, okay, he kind of explains what it is that he's trying to do with his music, and apparently he's officially signed to Psychopathic now. I thought they weren't going to be doing any more signings. I don't know, but apparently, maybe they just want a piece of that fucking airhead cheddar. Who knows?
Alright, FagoLovers.net. We got Wacko
Wacko the Kid in the motherfucking building. It's like
Okay, so Caligari Too Fresh, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I do not recognize you at all without the super small fucking Gert shirt on your fucking head. Like, I've known that dude for as long as I've been on YouTube. Like, he was one of the original fucking YouTuber cast, and I used to watch him make videos, and he'd have like a Gert shirt over his fucking head. Like, that was his fucking gimmick. But anyways, yeah, here he is with Wacko the Kid, blinged out.
Vegas. What's good, man?
Come on, man. We fucking living life. Doing fresh ass Juggalo shit in Las Vegas. On tour with the clowns. Fago lovers. Right here, right now. Let's get it. Come on, now. What's up, man?
Hey, man, so last time we did this, 10 years ago.
I was a little kid last time we did an interview with y'all.
Okay, invest in microphones. You can literally get fucking microphones that connect via Bluetooth to a fucking thing that you can use as microphones, and it'll fucking get rid of all of the surrounding background noise.
Oh, man. Might have been my first interview ever.
Hell yeah. We got Wacko up in here.
Look at this fucking baby Jug, Wacko the Kid. Cali Green don't look any different, except they're in the darkness.
Damn, that's crazy fucking shit. So, 10 years later, you're with fucking ICP, you're with the fucking clowns. How's it feel?
Man, dream come true, bro. You know, we've been on this grind for a long ass time. I knew it, but I never imagined it would go like this. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to motherfucking clowns for believing in the young LA Juggalo. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Fago lovers too. Seeing the vision since day one, for real.
Right. So.
Right, that's right.
You linked up with ICP though. You linked up with BOB, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking listen to this conversation, and all I can really hear is everybody else on the outside of it having their own conversations. So it's like, okay, Wacko's got to fucking talk over these fucking 10th graders and shit. Anyone else of these rare young juggalos that thought when the 6 dropped, it's all going to end? Good times. There's an awful lot of hand rubbing going on. It puts the lotion on its skin and puts it in the basket. I don't know. I like this. Doesn't that seem like a fucking, I don't know. It seems like a fucking confidence thing or something.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
But there's also, actually, you know, he might be. I don't know. Either that or, oh, you know, he's getting ready to fucking do the Miyagi fucking healing touch or some shit. Yeah, that cheddar boy. Yeah, he see, like the hand motions, he's prepping to fucking make it rain on all these hoes.
Shout out to B.O.B., man. That was a crazy part of my life, man. I moved to Atlanta because of that and everything. I just got I got to soak up a whole different part of the hip-hop culture by moving to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And by being around them when I was coming from the underground.
Yeah. So,
Word.
How was that transition, being a little into Scrubble kid and then meeting up with B.O.B.?
Complete culture shock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Completely different type of music, style, everything about it. From the mainstream to the Juggalo culture is completely different. But I'm trying to, in the freshest way possible, merge the two. You get what I'm saying? Because
That sounds fucking confusing to me. Okay. Socially awkward feeling, it's a comforting thing from probably, yeah, like it's just, he's just stimming a little. You know, that's all it is, I think. Yeah, it could be both, you know, like that, you got to get that inner bravado in you. Chateau, Imahula. You know, I mean, like, everybody's got their own fucking stem, you know? Is Wacko holding Jay's invisible dick right now? He's about ready to go full-blown glizzy gang on that shit. Anyway, so pay attention to what he's fucking saying, though, because, like he said, after having, like, he started off scrubby, he ended up he ended up crossing paths with B.O.B., and it was a complete culture shock. So, like, what B.O.B. represented and all that other shit, like that old school crunk shit, you know, from like the 2010s and shit. And it's like, what he wants to do is he wants to fuse that lifestyle with the Juggalo lifestyle. And I'm like, dude, fucking, that's kind of already been done a little bit, you know? Like, that's always been ICP's forte. Now, I remember having a conversation with CPN in the fucking past where he was like, okay, think about it like this, where you've got ICP as the fucking nucleus of the wicked shit. But then you have a little stem off where it's like, okay, you got Blazy Dad Homie who does the OG hip hop style shit blended with the wicked shit. Then you've got ABK who's like doing native shit mixed in with the wicked shit. You've got this person, you've got like this, that, and the other doing all these different fucking different style raps and mixing it with the wicked shit. And then you got Twisted, who's like the fucking whiny emo kid, and mixing it with the wicked shit. He worked with a lot of cool people that were never involved in the Juggalo scene. And that might be something that he could possibly help out with possible future guests and for tours and for the gathering, you know? Bring in some people in that fucking scene that don't really fucking belong in that scene. But it's interesting to me because it's like, it's almost a culture clash. Almost. You know what I'm saying? Not even take it for what it is. Some like Madrox, wrong with me.
I support Juggalos not staying scrubs. You get what I'm saying? It's like we came from the scrub life, but it doesn't mean that we have to always stay there. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, that makes sense. That I can fucking agree with. 100%. As opposed to some other former YouTubers of a different color. This color. That is no longer here. You know who I'm talking about, and if you don't know, you should know. Who wants to maintain scrubbiness for the rest of his fucking life and just be an absolute piece of shit. And I agree with Wacko on this one. But I don't believe that it's like the fucking crunk look that is like the music's tight. Don't get me wrong. I love crunk style shit, but that lifestyle is just too extravagant for my tastes. Like, all I just want is a fucking 3-bedroom house and a 2-car garage. You know what I'm saying? Like that I'd be satisfied with. Jugs don't like the way he flaunts it though. Yeah, but like but like here's the thing though. I think what it is like a lot of people might possibly be just a little bit confused with his fucking gimmick. And now this is in his way. He's basically explaining the fucking gimmick. Are you talking about TPC? No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about fucking Wacko. And I was talking about somebody of a specific color that used to be on YouTube but no longer is because he lost all of his fucking accounts. And now he's on Twitch. Talking about him. TPC ain't a color.
I do.
Now, keeping in mind, and this might be a possible, like, it just fucking dawned on me. Okay? So, I want you to understand something important. And this literally just dawned on me. So, I'm going to rewind it back to where Wacko was saying he wants to bridge that gap between scrub life and the life that he was living with this extravagant and the bling and all that other shit.
Complete culture shock.
Right here.
You know what I'm saying? Completely different type of music, styles, everything about it. From the mainstream to the Juggalo culture is completely different. But I'm trying to, in the freshest way possible, merge the two. You get what I'm saying? Because
Hold on.
I support Juggalos not staying scrubs. You get what I'm saying? It's like
So right as soon as he says, you get what I'm saying? Right as soon as he says that, Cali Green 2 Fresh says, I do. Here's the reason. I'm doing good, Tyshawn. Haven't seen you around. Now, here, this is very important for you to understand. And I'm probably fucking dropping more knowledge than I need to or should, but I'm going to anyways. So as I've said before, I've known Cali Green Too Fresh for almost 2 decades now, right? I've known him since I first came into YouTube. A lot of jugs are starving. Here's a little something that a lot of people might not know about Cali Green Too Fresh. At one point in time, he was married with a kid on the way and homeless with almost no fucking way out, living in California. And in somehow, in some way, some kind of carnival fucking magic dawned on him and wifey, and they were able to get out of it. He has a house, he has a car, he has a job, he's got fucking side work with Fago lovers. He went from literally nothing into where he's at right now. So I guarantee you that he is personally a embodiment of what Wacko is talking about. Not everybody needs to be living that scrub life for the rest of their lives. He didn't win the lottery. He grinded. He fucking went from the ground up. There's like no lottery involved. He worked his ass off for it. And so, like, if there's anybody that can really appreciate whatever it is that Wacko the Kid is fucking talking about with this, it's got to be him. You know what I'm saying? Like lottery type shit now. But like when he was fucking doing it, like keep in mind, I said he's from California. All right. When you live in California, it ain't fucking good. You're like if you're homeless in California at any given point in time, it ain't fucking good.
We came from the scrub life, but it doesn't mean that we have to always to stay there. You get what I'm saying?
I do. And now we're getting ready to come out. We got fucking ICP and Soldier Boy on the same fucking album.
Yeah.
That's my point. We try to combine the streets and the drug.
See, okay, now it makes more sense with that fucking with that album that he's got coming out that I talked about. What was it, last week? Yeah. Last week I talked about the In Airheads We Trust album that's coming out. Here, let me open it back up. I'll show you. So you'll be able to see the entire fucking playlist yet again. Because we were talking about this last fucking week. All right, so here you go. Like take a look at the fucking list of people that are on this John. All right, so you got Ouija Mac right there. You got Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. You got fucking where is it? Yep, Chris Calico, Shaggy. You got Soldier Boy. You got Lazy Bone. So like at first I was kind of shitting on this because it's like every fucking track has a guest on it. And it's like, okay, this is kind of on some Tech 9 shit where like every fucking song's got a guest on it. So yeah, this album is completely stacked. And it's got a fucking ton of fucking people on there, but he's got people from the, he's got fucking Scrub Life representing with ICP and Shaggy, with ICP and Ouija, my bad. But then you also got like Soulja Boy and Lazy Bone up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Low culture, you know what I'm saying? Is shit. You see the vision, you see what it is. And I'm not trying to be the same Juggalo rapper that everyone else is. I'm just trying to do what I like and push what I like. And I like all different types of shit. And I'm in different cultures, trying to bring it all together. If I can push this in places where it's never been, in the hoods across America, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, and Airhead.
And that makes sense too, I guess, because like ICP now has limited time, in a sense, and what we used to have in Twisted, Blaze, ABK, and AMB, we now have nothing as Psychopathic. And so Ouija fucking came on the scene. Light came on the scene. Hoodoo came on the scene. Blase Rose was here for a cup of coffee. And still to this day, fuck that bitch. And, now we got just Ouija and Wacko the Kid. Light's doing his own thing. Hoodoo's doing his own thing. Fucking, I don't care what Blase's doing. So it's like, okay, we need the next fucking step in the Juggalo community. If we want the Juggalo world to continue and to thrive, we need to have other people representing psychopathic. And so where we're at currently, Ouija, Darby, Wacko, Shaggy the Airhead, Devereaux, that's where we're at right now. And trying to do what they can to try to keep up with modern times. So I guess it would make sense. And in order to do that, there might have to be some fucking bridges that need to be gapped. Wacko seems to be the type of person that wants to fucking do that in his own way.
It's a good idea. Real California kid with all the weed, you know what I'm saying? Like branding, marketing, a good product. It's a recipe for success, you know?
And then, how did that first conversation with Violent J go?
Yo, you need a weed strain. Make a ton of money. And he would go crazy. Why don't you already have a weed strain? He's like, man, let's do it.
And now we're here.
Now we're fucking here.
Hell yeah. Well,
okay.
Wacko the Kid.
In the background, you got Vampiro Airheads. Who would win if these two arm wrestled? I mean, like, I don't know. It looked like one of them might snap the other. Yeah, talking about that big bridge. But can it be done? I think Wacko might be the kid to fucking do it. All right, who wants to see some fucking TikTok shit that I came across? Because there's some interesting shit that I've seen on TikTok. I mean, regardless as to what your answer is, it's going to happen anyways. I'm forcing you. Brad, there is Airheads. Brad running the booth. That guy? Oh, okay. Dicks. All right, so here's a couple of fucking TikTok videos that I came across. I've seen some of them that were pretty fucking funny. This one I think is actually rather telling.
If you're seeing this video, TikTok wants you to know that you're black. I don't make the rules.
It came across my FYP. So I had to see it, and now you do too.
If you're seeing this video, TikTok wants you to know that you're black. I don't make the rules.
I knew it. I know, like, technically Black Irish, but, which, by the way, I seen a black dude in a live that came across my fucking FYP getting into it with this black woman, and she was calling him all types of fucking Uncle Toms and shit, and because he voted for fucking Trump, and so, like, she kept on calling him a fucking tap dancing monkey, even though they're both black, so he put on some Irish music and did a jig, just to piss her off even further. I thought it was hilarious. See, stereotypes are fucking hilarious, and that's always been my fucking belief. As long as you know how to use it properly, and you have the right nuance behind it, anything can be funny. From the waist down. Fucking agree with that one. Alright, so if you remember that story that I told at the very beginning of this fucking show, you will understand this joke. And I thought this was interesting. This next video came from the Sacramento History Museum. So basically, this guy is showing you how an old school printing press worked. Now, a little bit of history. This was actually, I believe this was invented by Benjamin Franklin. And so this is how they ended up getting press done. Like the printing press of this magnitude was designed by Ben Franklin, as far as I know. So basically what it was that you had to do is you had this entire fucking, this giant fucking metal fucking thing, and you would put these little fucking things all across from top to bottom, and everything was written backwards, right? So then after you did that, you would have your sheet, and you would put your sheet of paper over that, then a piece of plywood over it, and then you would put it through a press and print it down. That's why it's called a printing press. So here we go. You've got him priming that with ink on an ink roller. There's the piece of paper that you would put on there, and then you cover it up with another piece of paper in case the ink bleeds. You send this wood down, you send it through here, and you would pull that in order to press the fucking press down. Hence the name printing press. And that would actually print a press on every single fucking letter or number at the exact same time. It was designed this way to save time rather than having to write everything down. After that, you lift it up, you take off the covering, and you get to see your printed result. 6-7. And you can see the look on the dude's face. He's like, yeah, even I know this is fucking ridiculous. I'm too old for this shit. Exactly. 6-7. Tyshawn, if I have to remind you again.
If you're seeing this video, TikTok wants you to know that you're black. I don't make the rules.
So I don't know if that allows me to have a fucking pass. Benjamin Franklin invented stuff. That's just purely speculation and racial biasism. But TikTok said so. So it must be true. TikTok is the internet, and the internet never lies. And that's why I don't date black women. Oh, okay, he's like behind a little bit. So yeah, so then there's that. Now so there's this one with the printing press story. Now, the funny thing was I was reading the comments on there, and by the time that he pulls out 6-7, right? He pulls out 6-7, then he does the thing. But just the look on his face when he does the thing. It almost looks as if this motherfucker is like, even I know this is ridiculous, and somebody in the comments ended up saying saying that exact same thing. It's like the look on his face says that he knows that this trend is ridiculous. And the Sacramento History Museum said, actually, this was his idea to fucking make this video. It was like, this old fuck thought of the idea of, like, this proves exactly what I was talking about before with the whole 6-7 thing. Like, it is purposefully designed in order to piss motherfuckers off. Or confuse them, and that's the joke. No, his idea, like, he might be mocking it, or maybe he's just trying to get in on it. But there's one thing that I know for sure, is that if you're over the age of 30 and you're fucking trying to keep up with modern trends and fucking TikTok shit like this, if you are, like, I would say this, if you can do it with a little bit more pride, right? Like I do, okay? My intention with this shit is to fucking burn that shit alive, okay? Because personally, I do think 6-7 is stupid, and it's the same thing with people who would overuse the term clout, right? There are some people that I know and have talked about on the show in the past that have purposefully used the term clout because they don't like it. It's kind of like the same thing with Paul Mooney and the N-word. If you use the N-word so much and so often, you know what I'm saying? It dilutes the meaning of the word and makes it useless. Kind of like when you call a guy with a red hat a fascist, a bigot, or a Nazi. You say that enough times, it just loses its fucking meaning. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, where's my fucking hat? Especially if you do a no kings protest an awful lot in a country that doesn't actually have any fucking kings, well, it means nothing. Hence the reason why I also added this fucking video.
no kings? I'm sorry, Burger King, but when a bunch...
Oh, let me start it over.
So you're firing me because 7 million idiots protested for no kings? I'm sorry, Burger King, but when a bunch of malnourished hippies yell about something, we all have to listen to them for some reason.
Right.
That's not fair. All I ever wanted to do was serve burgers to the children as a creepy plastic king. Were they even protesting me? Well,
I love that. I just wanted to fucking give burgers to the children in a creepy king outfit. I love how accurate this fucking video is.
well, honestly, nobody knows who they were protesting since there are no kings in the United States. I mean,
Right.
Christ, even they don't know. But since you're the only king I can think of, I figured they're talking about you. But this is all I have.
Josh, the new mascot is here.
Ooh, all right.
7 million out of 330 million Americans. And also, that's only 1/11th of the entire fucking popular vote. You know, that kind of got our president to be our president. Not a king. Kings are monarchy. There are heirs to the throne. Okay? Which reminds me, I should have probably downloaded a fucking video I watched from Megyn Kelly.
Send them in. Greetings, comrades.
Okay, here's the new fucking mascot for Burger King.
Hey, this is Rodney. He's the burger communist. Seriously? This is who's replacing me? We tested him for a group of pronoun clowns, and they all agreed he's their favorite. Show him your stuff, Rodney. Hey, comrade, I'm Rodney the burger communist. You have too many burgers. You're under arrest. He's going to arrest the children? Only if they have too many burgers. And everyone like this guy? Well, one person didn't, but they changed their mind when the others threatened to kill her for disagreeing with them.
That's fucking accurate. King Crimson. I'll even allow him if it means getting rid of these dumb fucking protests. So, like, do you catch all of this so far? So, Burger King is firing the Burger King and replacing him with Rodney the Burger Communist because a whole bunch of fucking pronoun clowns decided that that was the best option, except for one, and then they changed their mind when the rest of them threatened to kill him for disagreeing.
But how will the children get their burgers from the burger communist? Well, he doesn't give burgers to anyone. He takes burgers from people who can afford them.
Oh, and by the way, if you take a look at the background, you can clearly see some AI shit where it's like Burger King, but it's got the fucking hammer and sickle. Like, I feel like this is really how shit happens. Yeah, for real though. Like, this is like, I know it's a cartoon, but it's like true to life.
Disagreeing with them. But how will the children get their burgers from the burger communist? Well, he doesn't give burgers to anyone. He takes burgers from people who can afford them and rations them to everyone equally. That way, everyone is hungry and nobody is happy. I don't agree with this at all. The children deserve their burgers. Well, if you can figure out which king all the old white women with lesbian haircuts are protesting, maybe we don't have to replace you after all. I can do that. You just wait here. I'll figure it out, I promise.
Now, I don't know if there's like a fucking thing in there. Oh, by the way, so like there was a post that during the No Kings protest, there was a post that KG Kevin Gill fucking made where he's like, the only kings that I know about are King this, King that, King the other. He also mentioned Jerry the King Lawler. He did mention King Kong Bundy. He mentioned King Booker. He mentioned a whole, like, King Haku, like all of these, like a lot of the wrestlers. But then somewhere in there, he ended up saying Burger King and then King Diamond and possibly like King ISO, King Gordy, not King Crimson. He didn't mention King Crimson. But then I was like, bro, you, Swill is correct on this one. No, like I mentioned to KG, I said, you mentioned Jerry the King Lawler twice. And he replied back by saying, you made me look. Like, you made me look. And I was like, Burger King. Because if you remember, there was a time when Jerry the King Lawler was coming out and the whole crowd would chant Burger King and it would piss him off. So I thought that was kind of funny. But there were some videos that I forgot to fucking download off of TikTok. This was one of them. Hey. Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to open up. There were a couple of videos that I forgot that I was going to fucking get. And, no, I don't want that. So give me a quick second. And I will try to get. Like, there's a couple of videos that I need to fucking grab.
Bitch, I'm telling you, she put.
All right, so there's that one. There's that one. Luckily, these don't take too long to fucking download. So just give me a quick second. I'll be able to fucking download this for you. Actually, you know what? Did I already download this? I'm not sure. We definitely need to fucking talk about one thing, though. And that is that apparently there are now 2 moons on the planet. I don't know if anybody knew about this. Did anybody hear about that? Anybody know about that? I feel like that this is very important that people need to know about this. All right. So here, we've got this other one. And I need to find this one video from Megyn Kelly. Oh, and we're the Cleveland Browns. Patriots versus Brown recap popped up on my fucking FYP. Okay, that one I can download. I've heard this, but not anywhere valid. Well, here's a video that kind of explains a couple of things that have been going on, including the 2 moons.
Bitch, I'm telling you, she pushed the door open. Where's the video of her pushing the door open then? No, where's the video? The video got taken down because it was incriminating her.
So if you know what America and the rest of the fucking earth are talking about in this opening right here, they're talking about this one girl who lost her job as a DoorDasher because she was supposed to deliver the food and it specifically said to drop it off at the front door, but the front door was opened a crack, which allowed her to just open the fucking door and see the DoorDash customer passed out on his like lounging in his chair, passed out with his pants and underwear around his ankles. And so that apparently made her think that it was okay for her, perfectly okay, for her to walk in, video the guy, because apparently he was SAing her while he was passed out inside the comfort of his own home with his pants around his ankles, Peter in his hand. So she walked in, recorded him, blasted it all over the fucking internet, and then she got mad and claimed that she was the victim, literally claiming she was the victim because she lost her job and the customer lost his DoorDash account. When the DoorDasher really didn't. Imagine that. Waking up, after cranking one out to the view, only to find that not only is your food cold outside, but you also lost your DoorDash account because you fucking, fell asleep with your dick in your hand. Without fucking, chasing after this chick wearing a fucking trench coat and shit, trying to fucking flash mob the bitch. She walked into your home to record you passed out on the couch, and then later deleted the fucking video when word got out that she lost her fucking job. You know what I'm saying? No, give me a sec. That's what they're arguing about. Like I said, this one is actually very multi-layered.
She pushed that door open like she was Kramer on an episode of Seinfeld. Excuse me, guys. Oh my God, what? We're talking about important stuff here. I just wanted to let you know that you have 2 moons. NASA apparently discovered a second moon.
Nice.
And the guy was passed out, so what the hell was that about? Passed out. Appeared passed out? Are you
Nobody
done?
cares.
Are you done, bitch? Hey, this is a big deal. Yeah, bitch, Earth has 2 moons. Isn't that crazy? Bitch, why would I give a fuck about having 2 moons? Why would I care about some stupid ass shit like that? I am at the brink of imploding, bitch. But you over here talking about 2 moons? Who gives a fuck? Will 2 moons help me get into Group 7? Will it? Will it? Like, is this second moon gonna help me cover my deductible?
I love that. See, like, that was another thing, too, that happened this week, was there was this girl who posted, like, 8 videos, and all she said was, if you see this, you're in Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? And so the Group 7 video ended up being the exploding one. And so, like, if you see a video on TikTok that says, welcome to Group 7, you're in Group 7. All you have to do is you just have to fucking repost whatever video and then make a video about Group 7. So, interesting Ponzi scheme, but it seems to get everybody popularized on that shit. So, will the second moon help us get into Group 7? Is it going to fucking take care of that one chick who fucking recorded the guy with his dick in his hand?
I mean, we really wouldn't be able to. I don't have any to do any money about that in my account. Just mass. Great. So do me a favor and shut the hell up. Okay. So just so we're clear, all you care about is being in Group 7 and arguing on the internet with strangers. And having enough money for rent and bills and food and shit. Yeah, if that second moon can get me verified on TikTok and get me some money and bitches, then we can talk. Anyway, bitch, she pushed the door open. She did not push the door open! Bitch, honestly, if she didn't even push the door open, it doesn't matter. Drop.
Yeah, nobody, like, that's the reality, I would have to say. Nobody gives a shit about there being a second moon. The only thing that I'm wondering is, like, when it concerns the second moon, will it get me into Group 7? And what is it going to do when it concerns, like, water and shit? Because we know that the moon and its gravitational pull does kind of affect, like, how water works somehow. But yeah, this is the most accurate piece of fucking footage that I could find in concerns about there being a second moon. But I want to see if there's actual video evidence of this shit. Because as far as I've known, we've only had the one moon. If it is there. It's not new. Flat Earth Dave is happy. So yeah, there's that one. Now, this is probably the least entertaining piece that everybody has when it concerns this, but we do have to talk about, like, politics and shit like that. This actually happened as I was prepping for the fucking show. And Nick Shirley, I don't know if you guys know who Nick Shirley is, but Nick Shirley is that dude who's been over in Portland, and he's been covering all sorts of Antifa shit. Like, I talked about this probably about 2-3 weeks ago. Sometime during this month. And let me see if I can find any previous videos concerning what's going on with that. I'm pretty sure it was like towards the end of September, beginning of October, I had mentioned that whole ordeal. It's not like it will affect anything. If it's been there, then yeah, it won't affect anything. That I'll agree with. Well, I mean, with a second moon, there's going to be a lot of different, I don't know. It might affect astrology. I don't know. I mean, I've been a Capricorn my whole fucking life. It might change me into something else that I actually am not. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, so apparently Nick Shirley, while I was in the middle of prepping for the show or taking a nap, one of the two, he ended up fucking saying, and he ended up posting a video on TikTok, it's also on YouTube, that Antifa apparently in Portland has been destroyed.
Antifa in Portland has lost their battle. You have absolutely nobody outside the ICE building right now. Their encampment has been completely shut down. You do not see
Why?
a single member of Antifa.
Holy shit, it looks like the gathering of the Juggalos, all that trash, and a fucking table for some reason. That's the booth table.
As the police actually came in today and said they cannot no longer be here. It looks like a hoarder's house here, but you have quite literally everything from buckets full of medicine, toothpaste, floss. You have food right here. You have all sorts of medical gear as well. They had boxes full of masks.
So this is interesting because when I first covered the Antifa thing that was going on in Portland, they had already been protesting ICE for over 100 days. Now all of a sudden, and then this is like actually 100 nights, because they mostly come out at night. They always come out at night. But here in this evening, in front of the ICE Center in Portland, everybody's gone. And the police finally decided to do something about that? Did they fucking realize that they're actually being posted on the internet now, so now it's going to be a problem? That's what I think it is. Or maybe I'm just making shit up. I don't know.
And they had a load supply of water. They had all of their supplies and party supplies in here. And they even had things such as fridges, and they even had a barbecue here as well. So this is the end of Antifa for right now. It's been completely dismantled. Here is the barbecue they had right here. Absolutely is gone. Antifa.
Is that a free grill? Like, did you hear that motherfucker in the background? Is that a free grill? You take whatever you want. Like, take it all. You know what I'm saying?
Streets of Portland. It's like the Patriots, the pro-Trump people came in here and outnumbered them for the first time in a long time. And this could be the downfall of Antifa here in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, and that's just one major city. No, they all work for the government, so look for a mass mob to show up in a major city soon. See, like, this is the one thing that somebody in the chat said for this was, like, the money from the U.S. aid dried up because of all of the stuff that Trump's been doing. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that there was only, like, a certain amount of money that George Soros might have been paying them. But, like, basically it's like, okay, if the well dried up, then why would you want to stay on that land? You know what I'm saying? Like, that I seem to think is what the case might actually be. Is like, okay, if they have nobody to fund them, then they have no reason to be there. Is what my that's my speculation. Okay, oh yeah. Okay, so we got another fucking video that I just fucking uploaded. I need to find it. Ah, here it is. So this is that Megyn Kelly shit that I was talking about. People scared to get bed bugs. That's why there's no Antifa in Delaware. See, basically it's like this, okay? You take a look at all of this mad chaos that's happened, like all of the looting and rioting and all of the protests and all this other stuff, and a good chunk of these people fucking, what do you think, they're gonna do this shit for free? Like, motherfuckers, I'm pretty sure are getting paid to do this type of shit. So, like, when it concerns Antifa in Delaware, which, by the way, I want to fucking point something out to this. And this is something that I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks. When it concerns Antifa, there have been people that I have read comments from, or certain people have told others, especially Chris Valenti on TikTok, and possibly here on YouTube as well. If you are against Antifa, then you are for fascism, right? That's always been the fucking argument that people who support Antifa are fucking making. So they're making like this black or white delegation. And it's like, okay, well, here's the problem with that. If Antifa is supposed to be a definition for anti-fascism, why is it that they are using fascist, idealism in order to make their fucking point? If they are anti-fascism, then what would it make sense for them to use fascism to be anti-fascist? I really want people to fucking think about this. Because that is a hypocrisy in that. You know what I'm saying? I have always been a firm believer in the fact that just because it says Antifa doesn't mean that's exactly what it is. Especially when your actions do not match your words. When you call something something, you are supposed to be in for that something, not the exact opposite of that something. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes sense to me. So when we say that when you say that you're Antifa, don't use fascism to make your fucking point. Because then your point is basically alongside the same thing as the dilution of the words Nazi, fascist, bigot. You know what I'm saying? All right, have a good one, Swill. I know this is where you usually dip out anyways. Nobody wants to learn things because everybody's too fucking fat and happy and comfortable. That's the reason why I do this, by the way, is because I feel like that there are a lot of juggalos that follow this shit haphazardly or just apparently don't care at all. And if you don't care at all, well, then you have no reason to fucking bitch when something doesn't go your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay attention to this shit a lot. And to me, I feel like personally I'm on the right side of things, and a lot of people are either just too fucking misinformed or too oblivious to it. I'm sick, like, dude, I lived more than half my life like an ostrich with my fucking head in the sand. And I really don't want to live like that anymore. Like, I want to be informed. I want to be able to educate myself in what's going on. You know, that's just how it is for me. And this is one of those things that applies to my fucking life, is like, okay, look, if you are anti-fascist, then don't fucking be fascist. And the actions that Antifa fucking does is absolutely that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the ones that are fucking cooked at the end of the day. And it's like, okay, here it really shows that their anti-fascist fascism is bought and fucking paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the message that this video right here from homeboy fucking Nick Shirley has been showing. Now, here's another thing too. Going back to the No Kings thing, you know, because everybody thinks that Trump wants to be a dictator, authoritarian, fucking fascist dictator, king, or some shit like that. Well, here's a fucking video from Megyn Kelly and Donald Trump Jr.
Well, that leads me to my next line of inquiry, which is...
She can get it, by the way.
Is any Trump going to be running for office at any point soon?
Like, listen to that crowd.
You know, this is always the trick question, right? Because if you say no, then you decide to do something at another stage in life. I appreciate the applause, and, you know, someone said, you know, a bunch of friends sent me a poll last week. It's, you know, JD and I are the only guys in double digits. I'm like, I haven't really been, you know, out there all that much
but
for it.
You're
I'm doing
the heir.
But, like, I love that line though. Like, Megyn Kelly says, "You're the heir." Like, obviously that's not seriousness, because everybody knows that that's not how it fucking works. I mean, if that was the case, then don't you think that George H.W. Bush was a fucking king at one point then too? Because he was president for 4 years, and then his son was president for 8 years after Clinton was gone. You know what I'm saying? So W was an heir for the fucking Bush administration. So, is there a possibility of Donald Trump Jr.? Fucking sure. Like, if he holds the exact same values as his old man, I could see it happening.
But it's still, well, you know, who knows? You know, honestly, the heir is whoever deserves it, really. You know what I mean? There's not an heir. Contrary to what we've seen, this isn't a monarchy, right? Like, I know they like doing the whole no kings thing and dressing up like, you know, Bozo the Clown, and I think...
And frogs. Don't forget about the gay frogs.
That's supposed to be effective. I don't know. It doesn't seem to move the needle much for me, but...
No, it's not effective at all. Like, Trump is still your president. Trump is still doing the very same things that he was voted in to fucking do based on the campaign that he ran. You know? Basically, all the No Kings protests and the Antifa shit that's been going on for the last 10 years is just basically a bunch of fucking grown man babies and people who think that they're women that are protesting the shit because they didn't get their fucking way. We've been seeing that shit ever since Donald Trump was first announced as president of the United States. Remember that one chick where she's like in the middle of the fucking crowd and she's like, no, no, you know, that chick, like that was the face of the left at that point. You know what I'm saying? ICE is still going to do the same job they've been doing since it was formed. I mean, not to mention the deporter-in-chief, Barry Obama, ended up fucking deporting over 3 million fucking people. Trump has deported 1 million people and still counting because we still got another 3 years to go. And there's like so many other fucking people who have deported people, but for some reason, because it's Trump, like that's really anything that people are bitching about, it's because it's fucking Trump. And I got another video that proves that.
You know, it also is sort of ironic that they're talking about not having kings with a president that was elected in a landslide, won the Electoral College, won the popular vote, won all 7 swing states in a historic fashion. Before that, actually left office. I mean, you know, he's like a really shitty king, actually. I mean,
I agree with him. He's like, my dad left. Okay? What king leaves his office and then comes back 4 years later? Okay? Name one king that actually can fucking do that.
If he's a king, he's doing a lousy job. Because a king wouldn't have done that. A king wouldn't have allowed himself to be prosecuted and persecuted and almost jailed, almost assassinated. A king probably wouldn't allow those protests to happen.
Yeah.
If he was a king, the government would be open and not shut down by Democrats who...
I mean, the most simplistic fucking thing. And what, like, what is it? What is it about Donald Trump that everybody seems to fucking dislike? No one on the left really has a fucking answer for that. Like, literally. They just bray it up with the rest of the fucking sheepalos and fucking just hate on the man. Like, I think I've said this before on a previous episode. Before he announced that he was president of the United States, this motherfucker was revered. He was loved and respected. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even really up to him to release the files. And, you know, I agree with a lot of other people when they've said, if they did in fact release the files, you're not going to get what you think is on the files. You know? Like, that's one of the main things. If they're, like, it's basically a fucking logistics thing. 33,000 pages of those files have already been fucking released. They're out there. You can look them up. It just takes a little bit of Google searching. There's just, what I think people want is they just want, like, a list of clients that have been to Epstein Island, and I don't think that that's what they're going to get. You might be able to get people that are on the flight logs, but that really doesn't say much either. But if you want, so basically, yeah, like I thought that this was interesting. Let me play the rest of it because it's not a very long video.
Want to make sure that we're funding healthcare for illegals.
That's right.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let's go back to what DJ TJ had to say.
That a king wouldn't have allowed himself to be prosecuted and persecuted and almost jailed, almost assassinated. a king probably wouldn't allow those protests to happen. And if he was a king, the government would be open and not shut down by Democrats who want to make sure that we're funding health care for illegals.
That's right.
I'm starting to think that Megyn Kelly fucking led up with that, with the joking, "You're the heir."
But, you know,
So is
the
that-
narrative, as we all know, the narrative doesn't always have to line up with reality.
Was that a long way of saying no?
Yeah.
You have to see. You know.
So not never.
No, but not probably. No, not now.
Not now, but not never.
There may be a time, and if it's required of me, and I can do that for my country, it's an honor. The fact that I have this kind of reaction is.
I'm down. Dude, type 1 in the chat if you are down with Donald Trump Jr. being a president.
All right. Thank you. But no, listen, just that kind of reaction, like that sort of, I mean, that's the greatest honor I could receive.
Yeah, see, like, 100%. I'm down. I'm down with him being like, if he has the exact same ideals as his old man, I am 100% fucking down for Donald Trump Jr. being a president of the United States. But basically, the way I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, here, like, there was one person that I saw that ended up saying, like, that posted a thing for, like, the next 20 or so years of upcoming, you know, like, the next few presidents that we'll possibly have in our future. And so, after Donald Trump, we'll have 2 terms of J.D. Vance. Then we'll have 2 terms of Donald Trump Jr. Then we'll have 2 terms of Erica Kirk. And then we'll have 2 terms of Barron Trump. Like, three Trumps. Like, the Trump family will definitely fucking be kicking it. Now, if you want to see mindless fucking TDS, I have to fucking go and look at one of my friends here from YouTube, Batgirl Jamie, which I believe we showed a video from her before, and she's not getting any love whatsoever in her comments, deservingly so, because she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And plus, she doesn't sound very intelligent at all when she's trying to talk about politics. So, I got to roast her again. Here we go.
If billionaires can afford to buy yacht after yacht after yacht, house after house after house, and all this shit, they can afford to pay their fair share of taxes in this country.
Okay, so she's all over the place with this fucking video. That's one of them. Okay, so she's basically saying billionaires don't fucking have their fair share. They don't pay their fair share of taxes. Okay, let us fucking break this down, shall we? Okay, current tax bracket. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you. Here you go. This is literally off of the IRS website. Okay? I'm going to try to make this bigger so that way you guys can see it. Okay, so for the 2024 tax rates for a single taxpayer, if you get paid less than $11,600, 10%. Yeah, after Charlie Kirk's assassination, yeah, that's what I think too. Like, okay, so up to $11,600, 10% tax rate. From $11,601 to $47,150, 12%. From $47,151 to $100,525, that's where a good chunk of us are, 22% tax rate. From $526 to $191,950, 24%. Okay, but where are the millionaires and the billionaires? $609,351 and up. So that includes all of the millionaires, all of the billionaires, and notice that she only mentioned the billionaires. I want to point that out for a specific reason. 37% tax. Okay, so let's open up a calculator here. Let's do some math, okay? Let's see. So basically at this point, it's like, okay, it's all based off of wage, right? So I earn $1,080 a week, right? So let's multiply that by 52. That's $56,160. So I fall under the fucking tax bracket between $47,151 and $100,525. Like that's how much I make gross is $56,160. Now, if you were to take away 78%, right? That means that annually I have to pay $12,355.20. Like that's how much money would be taken out per year if I was earning exactly that much and not a penny more every fucking week. Not a penny more, not a penny less. If it was exactly $56,160, I would have $12,355.20 that I would have to pay at the year. And that's me, right? Now let's take a look at somebody like, let's say fucking somebody is making $1 billion in a year, right? So that would be minus 63%. They're paying $370 million. Okay, that's definitely more than their fair share. Okay, so, and 25 cent, let's see, find the tax rates for this. Is there going to be something else? It's not going to change. It doesn't look like the marginal rate for filing single family is not going to change shit. Like, so you want to, like, why Jamie is fucking saying, oh yeah, you got to pay your fair share. Motherfucker, they're paying 12% more because they make a whole lot more money than we do. They're already paying their fair share. Millionaires fucking already pay all their taxes. But it's that 37% minus the fucking 63% that they get to keep. Okay, so God forbid if somebody makes $1 billion in a year and they fucking pay $370 million, God forbid that capitalism allows them to keep $630 million fucking dollars. You're paying $99.8 billion in food stamps last year. And that's all across the fucking board, right? That might be another thing I think that she does bring up.
It's sickening that people are starving and then the government saying they can't afford shit when Donald Trump's spending $200 million of our tax dollars on a stupid ballroom that...
Okay, so first off, she fucking talks about the fucking food stamp deal, okay? The food stamp deal is because of the government shutdown. If Donald Trump was in fact a king, the government would not be fucking shut down, okay? There wouldn't even be a debate. But here's the thing about that. Since a vast majority of the Senate is now Democratic, or is no longer Democratic, it's now Republican now. I believe it's 63 seats are Republican seats for this term, for this midterm, right? Which means 57. They need 60 votes in order to get the government shut down. Almost every single Republican has voted to keep the fucking lights on. So the Republicans, except for one, has said that they want the lights on. We have one independent and we have one Democrat that has voted for this, so we need to vote to keep the lights on. One of those people that we know for a fact is Fetterman, the Democratic senator in fucking Pennsylvania, voted yes on turning the government back on. Every fucking Democrat is holding that. Literally holding the country hostage. So that way they can get $1.5 trillion to give health care to illegal immigrants. For free. And here's a kicker, though. It also has something to do with Obamacare, because Obamacare is expiring at the end of the year. Basically, what this is this is a fucking last-ditch effort for all of Big Pharma and all of the fucking all of Big Pharma and all of the healthcare companies to get their last fucking kickback before that bullshit Obamacare crap fucking goes away. And then maybe after that, healthcare will start to be more affordable after that. That's the whole reason for this fucking shutdown. On top of that, they also want fucking, I don't know, genital mutilation in Zimbabwe or some shit. Fucking, circumcisions in Zambia or whatever. Like, they want dumb shit like that. LGBTQIA plus fucking marches in Lesotho. Like, we saw fucking Jack Kennedy talk about that the other day. Or John Kennedy, or like whatever. John Jack Jingleheimer Schmidt Kennedy. He was fucking talking about that like a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it here on this shit. Donald Trump has nothing to do with the fucking government shutdown. If anybody is keeping the government shut down right now, it's the goddamn Democrats that literally have said, this past week, literally has said that the American people are practically their fucking bargaining chip. They know that people are going to need food stamps. They know they're going to need cash assistance. They know that they're going to need their Section 8 housing, right? And that's their fucking leverage. They are playing you poor fucks who rely solely on food stamps as a bargaining chip to try to get people on the Republican side to switch their vote. We need 7. They need 13. We hold a majority of the House, the Senate. The President of the United States is Republican. A vast majority, more fucking people in, I believe, in the judicial branch are also more Republican than Democrat. Sorry, but it's a red wave, motherfucker. We hold the fucking shit. You have to agree with us, bitches. Now, here's another thing that Jamie talked about in this, blaming Donald Trump for spending taxpayer dollars on the ballroom. No, he didn't. Donald Trump put his own fucking money into the ballroom. Not to mention, she acts like, and a lot of other people act like, this is the first time that there has ever been a renovation in the White House. And I told her in the last video, I was like, do you not know that that's not the original fucking White House? All right, the first one was burned down by the British in 1814. Okay, so has the White House ever been renovated or changed? Yes, many, many times. Today there is a marker embedded on the floor of the White House entrance hall, which includes the dates of the 4 major instances of the White House construction and renovation: 1792, 1817, 1902, 1952. 1792 represents the year that the cornerstone was laid and construction began on the White House. 1817 marks the rebuild of the White House after the British burned it down on August 24th, 1814. Yeah, the original one was in Virginia. Now they constructed and created Washington, D.C., and that's where the White House has stood since. 1902 commemorates the Theodore Roosevelt renovation, which modernized the White House for the 20th century and established the West Wing for the new executive office space for the president and their staff. That includes indoor plumbing and fucking electricity. Okay, so if you want to bitch about what Donald Trump's doing, adding a fucking ballroom, then we have to reverse the Theodore Roosevelt renovation where he completely fucking gutted the entire White House. So that way there could be indoor plumbing and electricity. 1952 marks the completion of the Harry S. Truman renovation, which it was Truman that fucking completely gutted and rebuilt the White House from the inside. While not included on this marker, there was also significant renovation that took place in 1927 during the Calvin Coolidge administration. But yeah, so Theodore Roosevelt ended up adding the West Wing. Later on, there was the East Wing, which was supposed to be for the First Lady. Right? So, my mistake, it was actually Harry Truman that fucking did that. In addition to these major renovations, there have also been numerous other changes to the White House over the years. As technology advanced, new means of heating, plumbing, lighting, and cooling were installed at the White House. Since the last major renovation by Harry Truman, every president and first lady has made changes inside the White House, but in very different ways. Some have renovated and refurbished rooms. For example, the Blue Room underwent renovations by Jackie Kennedy, Pat Nixon, and Hillary Clinton. Which, by the way, Hillary Clinton ended up trying to steal millions of dollars worth of furniture when she and Bill Clinton had to leave the office. Furniture and silverware. And then they had to give it back. So, don't fucking, so like Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton trying to fucking talk shit about this ballroom is ridiculous and stupid. Yeah, even Chelsea Clinton decided to fucking chime in on that shit. Bitch, shut up. Let's see. Some have added artwork. I don't care about Hillary Clinton. I did not mean to click on Hillary Clinton. Some have added artwork, portrait, and furniture to the White House collection. For example, Mamie Eisenhower accepted a gift of 1,575 pieces of vermeil. Mike Obama secured Alma Thomas's painting Resurrection, the first work of an African-American woman in the collection. And Melania Trump acquired Isamu Noguchi's sculpture floor frame for the White House Rose Garden. Others have supported exterior projects of the White House grounds. For example, Lady Bird Johnson oversaw the redesign of the East Garden and the creation of the Children's Garden. Gerald Ford, my guy, ordered an outdoor swimming pool to be built. Michelle Obama, Mike, created the White House kitchen garden on the South Lawn. Every first family leaves its mark on the home. While some of these changes can be temporary, others continue into the next administration and beyond. And don't forget about the fucking, see, look at that shit. Here's the East Terrace, here's the East Wing, right fucking here, being constructed. I timed you out for 10 minutes, shocker. So look, here's more reconstruction. And more reconstruction when they completely gutted the motherfucker out. Yeah, this photograph of by Abby Rowe of the National Park Service shows steel frame towers built to support the third floor and the roof while the rest of the house was demolished. This work was part of Harry Truman's large-scale renovation in the White House. Yeah, this is a photograph of Gerald R. Ford and his daughter Susan surveying the progress of construction on the new outdoor swimming pool in the South grounds. So yeah, that's my guy right there. So yeah, there's been a swimming pool added. Fucking Dick Nixon ended up adding a fucking bowling alley on one of the floors. Fucking Barack Obama added a basketball court. And by the way, that was under taxpayer dime. Meanwhile, this ballroom, Trump is paying for it himself. And on top of that, every single leader across the world has a huge fucking area that delegates can fucking gather at, and a ballroom is perfect. And it's just being an extension of the fucking East Wing. So you're not going to be invited to it, so why are you bitching?
Nobody needs.
Bullshit, nobody needs it. Once again, how many times have we seen Zelensky fucking show up at the White House to talk delegation with Donald Trump? How many other leaders are they able to go to? For the longest time, for like 150 years, they've been wanting this fucking thing added on to the White House. And now they're finally adding it on, and the people are fucking bitching because it's like, oh, it's our taxpayer money. No, it's not. It's coming out of his own fucking movies, his own fucking money. What happened to Tommy James? Talk.
And he's taking government money, our money, to do that. Cause
no, he's not. He's not fucking taking our money. You stupid misinformed retard. It's his fucking money. Did you forget that he's a billionaire and that he's got his own fucking money? And did you forget that he's also the only president in our lifetime that has lost money while being president? Every other one has gained. Like, almost everybody in fucking government comes out richer than they were before. Whether they're president, I mean, take a look at AOC. AOC ended up being a bartender to pay for her fucking college shit, so she could get the position that she's at right now, and she's already a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. Like, she came in with literally nothing, and as a House Congress representative, and she's already a fucking millionaire in the short amount of time. And they only, and as a congresswoman, she only earns, I think, like either $150,000 or $250,000 a year. And she hasn't been in there for very long, but she's been in there long enough to fucking become a multi-millionaire. Now, keeping in mind, she ended up saying something just about the billionaires, right? The billionaires. Never said anything about the millionaires. Very similar, like, and I told you to keep that in your back pocket. Very similar to what's going on, to what's being said by Bernie Sanders, because when Bernie Sanders ran the last 2 or 3 fucking times for president of the United States, he was always like, the millionaires and the billionaires are the problem, you know, and now he doesn't even say the millionaires anymore. Why? Because he himself is also a fucking millionaire. It would be hypocritical of him to say all of the millionaires and billionaires when he himself is a millionaire. So now it's no longer the millionaires' problem when there's more millionaires out there than there are billionaires. And there's a lot of fucking billionaires. I saw a video showcasing the last 20 people, or like the last 20 years of people becoming fucking billionaires. I believe it was Bill Gates who ended up being the first person to hit $20 billion or $50 billion. A $50 billion millionaire, billionaire, right? Donald Trump has less money than that. Donald Trump is literally only worth like $6 billion. Not once did I see Donald Trump's name on this fucking thing showcasing the list of billionaires that have been made in the last fucking 40 years. Not once. I have seen the entire Walton family, which owns Walmart, okay? They vote blue. Bill Gates has voted against Donald Trump. He also has voted blue. You see where I'm going with this? George Soros, we already know, is like funding a lot of shit, especially like Antifa and Black Lives Matter and shit like that, and a lot of fucking PACs for the left. Okay, there are more billionaires out there that vote blue than red. The only reason why people are like going billionaires is because of Elon Musk. Okay, check 1 2 mic. Okay, my mic's good. Anyways, yeah, because Elon Musk was there, and fucking Mark Zuckerberg was at the inauguration. The guy who fucking owns or runs Oracle was there, and there was some other fucking person. Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos was also there. So like those four being like top billionaires in the world, right? And they were there for the inauguration for Donald Trump. Right? So it's just all the fucking billionaires and they're all voting for Trump. And so now they're all at fault? No. More of them vote blue than anything else. And they're also the ones that fucking run shit behind the scenes. And my fucking camera just froze. What the fuck? Like, pay the fuck attention, Jamie. No, it's not me getting swatted. This has been a thing for my computer forever. See? No swatted. Anyway, let's hear her meandering even more.
And then we, the people here, people are getting our food stamps taken away.
That has nothing to do with Trump. As I said before, all of that has to do with the government shutdown, and that's because of your people, actually, that keep on fucking saying, that keep on fucking refusing to think more about, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, sidebar, you need to laugh at. What's going on, Karl? So I'm having fun with this myself.
And healthcare and all kinds of other shit that we need.
No, fuck Cyrax. I don't care about Cyrax. I've never paid attention to Cyrax, and I don't need to.
To live day to day.
Okay, here's something. This is an interesting concept, okay? Unless you are so old that you can't work, or if you are absolutely fucking crippled, go get a job. Simple as that, okay? Food stamps was meant, cash assistance was meant, Section 8 was meant, like all of these fucking social programs that you currently are not receiving benefits for, right, as of right now, they are not meant to be career shit. Okay, I have heard enough people that have been acting like this is something that is expected of them. It is supposed to be a short-term free float, okay, to help you get yourself back on your feet while you're going out and getting yourself another fucking job. Unless you are physically unable to due to age or handicapability. You have 2 arms and 2 legs, and the only thing that you're missing is about, I don't know, 50 million fucking brain cells. But here's the thing, and I say this, and I've been on food stamps in the past. That shit is addicting. Trust me when I say that. It's only when you don't have it that you start to realize how dependent on the system you have become. And that is what Democrats absolutely rely on, is for you to be more dependent on the state. Because if you can be dependent on the state, then you are easily able to be controlled. I work for myself. That is it's practically, I'm almost at the ultimate freedom. All right? Granted, my job is Grubhub. Okay, so I do still have somewhat of a corporate master that hangs over my head. But I don't have taxes taken out. I have to do all of that stuff on my own, as it is a 1099 gig. But if that doesn't work, I could just go to DoorDash on a whim. And if that doesn't work, I can go to Amazon Flex on a whim. I can go to Uber Eats on a whim. I can do all of these other gig economy things on a whim. All I need is a car. And I can make money. At least until something like YouTube could magically fucking pop off. Exactly, Vampire Clown. They were meant to be a helping hand up, not a free hand out. That is absolute fucking truth. And that is something that a lot of these motherfuckers, like Jamie here, don't seem to fucking understand. I have seen folks on TikTok that have said if they don't give us our food stamps by the 1st, then we're going to start robbing the fucking grocery store for food. And, well, you know, the mindset obviously is going to be, well, if we can rob the fucking store for food, then we can rob the store for clothes, and we can rob the store for fucking electronics and all the things that we want instead of getting the things that we need. Right? Oh, yeah, because that's really going to help when you get your food stamps back later. You know, assuming that you don't go out and get a job. You know, because with all the food that is going to be stolen fucking across the board, prices are going to go up. So that way they can accommodate for the food that was stolen. And then people are going to be used to fucking buying food at that rate for so long. Well, what's the point of bringing the fucking price of food down if people are willing to pay for it now? You see how this fucking works? You see how this makes no sense to fucking blame anybody for this? It's not a fucking handout. It's basically, okay, you have become too lazy to fucking go out and get a job and too complacent with the government cradling you. Okay? From what I understand, I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, right? I have ADHD. It can be considered a mental condition where I could possibly get food stamps because my brain is so fucking active that I can't keep focus on the task at hand. That is bullshit, by the way. And I will tell you this. I have heard that because of that condition, I could possibly get cash assistance and food stamps. I could possibly apply for Section 8 housing, except for the fact that my job, I get paid way too fucking much to get that type of shit. Goddamn, how many juggalos suffer from that ADHD? Yes. We all suffer from ADHD, and we also have weird kinky fetishes. I don't know how the two work with each other, but they apparently are a part of the package. Anyways, like I was saying, from what I understand, illegals shouldn't be on food stamps. Are you talking illegal? What? Anyways, like illegals shouldn't be on food stamps. That I agree with. Now, here's the thing. Here's the reality. There are too many fucking people that are fucking complacent and wanting, here's this, that's the thing about it, okay? You motherfuckers think that this is a way to get free food and free money because, let's face it, almost anybody who gets food stamps fucking sells their food stamps for 75 cents on the dollar. It used to be 50. It's gone up since inflation's gone up. All right? But here's the thing, like, they've already been taking away people's fucking food stamps. Like, there was one guy who said that he gets like $2,000 in food stamps and it got knocked down 90%. But like, why? Like, that's the biggest issue that I've been seeing, kind of, and it's really interesting how there's so many fucking things that I come up with. Like last week, I came up with the whole, if you've got nothing to hide, then you have nothing to fear. Thank you for clearing that up, Time Traveler. I agree, 100%. Illegal immigrants should not be getting food stamps. Okay? Personally, I don't think that a single mom with 8 kids and 9 baby daddies needs to be getting food stamps and shit like that. No, they should be getting a fucking job because that woman is getting paid by multiple different fathers. And the money is not going to the children whatsoever. Okay? This is another one of those fucking psalms or whatever, like this is one of those things where it's just like, the only reason why people fucking vote Democrat, and I've been really thinking about this a lot too. There's a couple of reasons why I've noticed that people who vote Democrat vote the way that they do. For one, they have become reliant on the system, and the Democrats constantly fucking promise more free shit. But what would happen to this country if that's all anybody ever fucking got? Like, let's say nobody fucking worked and everybody was given this free shit, right? Free college, free health care, free food stamps, free housing, all of this other stuff. That is called a communist state, okay? And let's say nobody fucking works and everybody gets fucking money for free, who's paying for that? Okay, free. There's no such thing as free in this country. Yes, it's a capitalist with socialism cushioning. But like these social programs, they're getting fucking paid somehow. That's from the working class, the people who actually fucking pay their taxes. They're the ones that are floating the bill. Got to go back to work. Before I do, wanted you to know I'm going to order one of your Nintendo-style hoodies for my son, probably with my November 15th paycheck. Thanks for being you, brother. And, hey, I appreciate it, Karl. I can only be me. That's the best person I can be. I can't be anybody else, especially, this Batgirl Jamie here. Batshit crazy Jamie here. Next, universal basic income. Right, but here's the thing. I've lived on food stamps, and I noticed that when I was okay, so when I was married was when I was on food stamps. We were getting $1,000 a month because my ex-wife had a GI Bill. Okay, and we were getting $750 a month in food stamps. We'd buy what we needed and we'd sell the rest. Unless I wanted a whole bunch of Red Bull, then we would just keep it. But here's the thing though. We became reliant on that for 5 fucking years. We were reliant on cash assistance. We were living off of that. And I noticed looking back at it, okay? Looking back at it, I ended up realizing how low and depressed and unmotivated I was to do anything. Anything. And I'm starting to look around now, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of people that are Democratic, completely hate Donald Trump for whatever fucking reason, and they don't know. However, most of them are dependent on the system, bitching about their food stamps, bitching about how much money they get in food stamps, bitching about this, that, and the other, expecting fucking handouts. Most of them are depressed, and most of them don't like themselves. Most of them severely lack self-love, self-worth, self-motivation. Half of them are fucking suicidal. Have you noticed this too? Am I the only one that has noticed this shit? A lot of people that just hate themselves and I thought about that and I was like, the No Kings protest makes absolutely no fucking sense, right? The hatred, the level of hatred that Donald Trump has makes little to no fucking sense. And I think I discovered the reason why that is. Everybody is on fucking pills that are mind-altering because they were unhappy about something and then they were told that they were clinically depressed, so they got to fucking take these pills. A vast majority of people are growing up motherless or fatherless, or some of them have no parents whatsoever. Fucking, like the way that everything has been slowly but surely taken over by design has turned people into fucking apathetic zombies that hate themselves, hate each other, hate their significant other, hate their kids, hate. It's the player haters ball. I hate you, and I don't even know who you are, but I hate your fucking guts. Like, yeah, hate is baggage. Life's too short to be pissed off all the time. But yet there's so many people that don't love themselves. So they go out and look for meaning or purpose. And who's the vast majority of people that are protesting shit in the hopes of finding meaning or purpose? It's the fucking Democrats with like No Kings protest, Antifa, Black Lives Matter. Like all of these fucking social groups and social programs, and most of them are democratically run or lifted or funded or led. And it's like, every single one of these people literally lack meaning or purpose or self-love. They lack self-worth. They're completely dependent on the fucking system. And it's the very system that they claim to hate. But yet they expect, please, sir, may I have some more? Alms for the poor. Alms, alms, alms for the poor. Fuck you. Go out and buy yourself some more money. All right? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm apathetic of your fucking plight. Fuck you. It's not my fault that you're broke. And yes, I understand that there's going to be people who are crippled and can't fucking go out and work. Unless they want to be a greeter at Walmart. There's plenty of openings for that. And I know that there's some really old as fuck people out there who have, like, got the short end of the stick on the end of retirement. And so they have to fucking rely on that. Or, people in fucking, old folks' homes and shit like that. I'm broke as a joke and depressed, but I'll be alright. Ain't gonna go set fires over it. But here's the thing, man. Like, I've just noticed a lot of fucking yeah. I have okay. So Vampire Clown says that he has MS, could be on cash assistance. Instead, I have 3 jobs. Hell, a month ago I spent 5 days in the hospital getting IV steroids. Got out on Monday and went to work Tuesday. See, like, Vampire Clown's on some man shit right there. That is some adulting shit. You could, but like me personally, it's like, yeah, I could too. But I'm always the type of person that's like, I'm going to figure shit out, and that is going to be my last resort. Socialism is going to be the absolute last resort. And that's way below setting my own house on fire. Like that's way on the bottom of my list of priorities. Like, I would probably say it's about 2 steps lower than fucking suicide. Okay, suicide is still a viable option. If I have no fucking way out, suicide, and then I'll fucking go to socialism. Until then, look, I'm 42 years old. I'll be 43 in December. My back is fucking killing me. I'm out of shape. I sit in the fucking car all day. I got my back locked up all the fucking time. I walk with a funny limp, and I'm still fucking working. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably going to be like that for the next couple of decades. I will be 75 fucking driving food to people. And still here on Sundays fucking yelling at the clouds. I appreciate that, and I respect Vampira Clown for that. Multiple sclerosis and still fucking grinding. Meanwhile, you got Batgirl Jamie who can't even afford to fucking paint on her own eyebrows.
And you don't even fucking care, and you
No,
won't
I don't.
raise minimum wage. So
Oh god, that's another fucking thing. Dude, minimum wage. That was another problem that I had with Batgirl Jamie. Like, dude, I'm only 47 seconds in on a minute and 44-second video. She's saying that to increase minimum wage is going to help things. Have you not noticed that every time that minimum wage has increased, the price of everything fucking goes up? Have you not noticed that, you stupid bitch? Like, on the real. Pay the fuck attention to what's going on outside of your world. And if you're getting nothing but food stamps, like, you wouldn't notice that shit. Raising the state minimum wage or even the federal minimum wage isn't going to do a goddamn thing. The only thing that it's going to do in the short term, yes, you might possibly be able to buy more for a short period of time, but that causes inflation to fucking drive up and makes it so businesses have to decide whether or not they have to fucking cut certain costs or cut certain people, making it so that's more work on other people that they can barely fucking afford to increase the state wages or even the federal wages at that. You're basically creating a fucking bubble that is about ready to burst. Cost of living will end up going through the roof. The price of gas will go through the roof. The price of a fucking Big Mac at McDonald's will be an extra $1. All right? The price of cereal will go up while simultaneously, slowly fucking but surely decreasing the size of the fucking box. Did you know that that fucking family-sized box of fucking Raisin Bran is the original fucking price, size? And that's still decreasing? $40 pack of Newports, that's gonna fucking happen. That would fucking happen. They're already at $10, possibly $15 a pack of cigarettes in some states. Take a look at what happened when Gavin Newsom ended up increasing the minimum wage for fast food workers up to what, $30 an hour? McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, Popeye's Chicken, Get 'em and Go, or fucking In-N-Out Burger, and all those other fucking places, they had to downsize their fucking people. They had to figure out a way on how to automate shit. The higher the minimum wage, the better chance you have of AI taking your fucking gerb, which creates less jobs. Increasing minimum wage is not going to help America. If anything, it's going to make it fucking worse. You dumb broad.
That we have to be paid more.
No, we don't. No, if you want to get paid more, get a gig job. Work Grubhub, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart, Shipped, something. Don't fucking sit around expecting an extra hand. You're expecting handouts. That's what it is. I sat there for a whole year hoping to get a fucking raise from my job, and they didn't give it to me. So I quit, and I decided to work for myself. Simple enough as it is. You make decisions like that as a grown-up. It's weird hearing myself say that about myself. Me being an adult, it's weird. But you want more fucking cash assistance. You want more fucking handouts. You want a higher minimum wage. No, you don't realize that what that does is hurt the country a lot more. You're not thinking about the long-term ramifications.
We don't get more money. And you're...
Then go out and get more money. Do it on your... Don't sit around waiting for this shit to happen. Make shit happen. Do you think ICP sat around and waited for fucking somebody to scoop them up and sign them? No, they fucking grinded, which is ironic that I have to fucking say that they are blue collar when they're fucking Democrats. Democrats used to be about the working man. Now they're more about themselves and fucking controlling people and making them fucking flaccid and stupid. And now it's MAGA. Which, by the way, isn't necessarily all fucking Democrat or all fucking Republican. We got some independents and Democrats as well. It's more a movement than anything else. I just want to point that out there. Yeah, look at how raising the minimum wage has really helped out California. I was just saying that. All right, like what is it? $30 minimum for fast food employees. Yeah, now you got to fucking either fire people, decrease everybody's hours, or go automated. And nobody gets a raise, except for the bare minimum.
You're raising the cost of living on us.
Well, yeah, they keep on raising the cost of living, but it's not because of them. Hold on a second. Let's hear you talk again for some reason.
Raise minimum wage so that we have to be paid more. We don't get more money. And you're raising the cost of living on us.
They're not raising the cost of living on us. It's the people who hold the fuck, like, if anything, okay, think about it like this. We have an ever-increasing fucking debt, okay? The larger that 30-some trillion dollar debt increases, the more shit is worth. I explained this before. You stretch out the value of the dollar and it becomes worth less money. If they start paying that motherfucker off, then that means the value of the dollar is going to be worth more, which means that things are going to start decreasing in value, which means that things are going to be fucking brought down less, and maybe we'll be able to actually start minting pennies again for pennies on the dollar. But it's not the government that's fucking controlling the prices of things like housing, okay? It's the fucking market in and of itself. The value of the dollar is stretched thin. If you really think about it, a house is literally like, if a house was worth like $71,000 in the 90s, it's still worth $71,000 in the 90s. It's just the price has fucking changed. You see what I'm saying? because of inflation. And it's not, if there's any fucking way that the government has any involvement with inflation being a thing, it's because since Obama, we went double from an $18 trillion deficit to a now $38 trillion deficit. Like, we went double and then some. And a good chunk of it has been due to the last 5 years. But Trump is doing the best that he can with these tariffs in order to try to get the money back. Let's see. You better work, bitch. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Lotto, free money would be amazing. But is it logical? Better 1,000 on a single roulette spin, and hitting 17 black would work. You can win $37,000 on one spin, but is it logical? See, here's the thing about that. Like, when it concerns like the lottery, okay, the lottery is basically a whole bunch of people all across the state that are putting money in a specific kitty over the course of time until somebody ends up fucking getting the winning lotto number. And then that money all ends up getting taxed, and some of it goes into Michigan Lottery itself as a company. Okay, so you got to pay Michigan Lottery, and then you got to pay the fucking taxes on it. And since it's always over $1 million, or actually in this case I would say since it's always over $625,000, you got to pay 37% tax on it. Even if you get it in, whether it's like one lump sum or you get it monthly or however the fuck you want to get it, over the next 20, span it out over the next 20 years, doesn't matter. It's still fucking taxable income. That might explain why a whole lot of people that are relying on the system, whenever they get a little bit of scratch, they fucking put a box number on the fucking Powerball. But yeah, so like I was saying, the prices of everything is all dependent on the deficit. If you decrease the deficit, the value of things will go down, including housing. Just putting that out there. So instead of bitching about what Donald Trump is going to do with the tariff money, whether or not he's going to put it into the deficit, that really has no fucking bearing. That might actually help stimulate the economy. Imagine how much things would be worth if we all of a sudden had zero deficit or a very small amount of it, and we were actually able to save money, for the country rather than having to borrow money from the fucking Federal Reserve. Imagine that shit.
But you don't care because you got so much money you don't even know what to do with it all.
Yeah, he does. Trump has a lot. Trump has like fucking what, $6 billion? He's worth $6 billion. And what did he decide to do with his money? Build a fucking ballroom for future presidents that are going to be chilling in that fucking White House. Like, he's using his own fucking money, not taxpayer money.
I think 25% to 30% of all rich people's money should go to fucking taxes.
37% of all rich people's money goes into fucking taxes, you stupid twat. You're fucking, like, basically, it's not, and that's based off of the amount of money that they earn per year, okay? Like, that's how much money they earn in a year. They get to keep the rest. So what about you? Like, let's say you yourself earn $56,000. A quarter of that goes into fucking whatever. But it's like you're looking at it based on somebody's net worth and not how much they've earned over the year. So it's different rules for them. Okay? Like, like they said in Animal Farm, everybody is equal, but some people are more equal than others. Like, that's what you just explained. You just explained Marxism, you stupid fuck. If we entirely abolished the monetary system across the board and everyone worked for equal vouchers for credit towards your possessions, this would be logical in a perfect world. Yeah, that's what I think that's kind of something that they were trying to, like, you would basically have to fucking burn the, like, seriously, you would have to fire sale everything and make everyone work from scratch, start from scratch equally in order for it to become a perfect world. Like, I'm talking like burn the entire internet, eliminate electricity, fucking like make it so everybody's shit is worth nothing. You would have to make it so that, like, that's the only way that you would make people like Donald Trump, fucking Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all the Waltons that own, the guy who owns Oracle, the guy who owns Coca-Cola, like me, you, Jamie over here, like, practically you would have to fucking fire sale everything. Hit the reset button. Everybody's on an equal level. And no matter how much fucking work you do, no matter what you do, everybody's fucking equal. That would be the best thing that you could do, is just to eliminate fucking trade for profit. And then you would also have to murder everybody who believed in capitalism. Don't reintroduce the concept of money. But that's not how it works. And that's not how, I don't believe that's how it should work. Personally, I do believe earn your fucking keep. That's just my personal fucking perspective of it. Stagnant money in the bank over a few mil should be taxed heavily, in my opinion. Now, there was one person who ended up saying that they believe that anybody who has over $1 billion should have the rest of their money automatically given back into put it, like, take that money and put it back in the wild. Because what the fuck do you need more than $1 billion for? Like, I would probably do something similar to that if I had my own money. Like, if I actually had $1 billion, I would probably take anything beyond that and put it somewhere else. But that's just me, because I know that I don't need $1 billion.
So we're not running out of money, and our government should stop wasting money on fucking ballrooms.
Oh my god, you stupid fuck. It's Trump's fucking money, and he got investors to fucking help out. Or donors, I should say.
And fucking shit for our president that he don't even fucking need.
It's not just for Trump. Granted, don't get me wrong. You know for a fact that Trump is egotistical and he loves to put his name on shit. So what better to make his fucking baby dick get bigger than to not only have it be like the Trump ballroom, although there is rumors that since Hillary bitched about it, they might name it the Monica Lewinsky ballroom. Jokes. Anyways, but he also paid for it with his own money. Like that, like what could make you have a bigger dick than to be like, you see that shit in the White House? I paid for it. So just let him fucking stroke his baby dick and let it get bigger and fucking just shut the fuck up, because you don't have access to it. So why are you bitching about it? Because you don't have access to it? You're a fucking broke bitch from fucking South Flint. Shut up.
And then turn around and say he's taking our benefits away.
He didn't say that shit. All right? It was the fucking Democratic Party that was like, this is the only leverage we have. Literally was said by one of the fucking Democratic senators. Literally said, we don't want to fucking do it, but it's the only leverage we have to get what we want. Like Catherine something. I'm going to double check that. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to move that over here. Oh, yeah. Catherine Harris, American politician from Florida. I believe that's who it was. Karl, there's a dead human in our house. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. It was. Yeah. So it was Representative Catherine Clark, the House Minority Whip, made a statement that was characterized by Republicans as Democrats admitting that the shutdown is the only leverage we have. In an October 2025 interview, Clark acknowledged that the pain of the shutdown is among the only leverage Democrats have while they toil in the minority. Okay, and as of right now, by the way, it is now the second longest ever shutdown that we are currently have. This remark is cited by Republicans, including Speaker Mike Johnson, as proof that Democrats were leveraging the shutdown for political gain. In response, Hakeem Jeffries stated that the Democratic position is not about strategy and emphasized their focus on serving the American people. Well, you're not serving them fucking food stamps. And by the way, apparently there was a bill that was sent out so that way people with SNAP benefits could receive SNAP benefits during the fucking shutdown, and it was voted on, and all the Democrats said no. I heard rumor about this, but I'm not sure about that fucking bill. Let me take a look at that. Okay, USDA blames Democrats for potential SNAP benefit lapse in new message. The well has run dry. Okay. So 2 days ago, it said a bill to fund SNAP in shutdown introduced to the House. And then, of course, they're talking about the SNAP funding expiration set to hit 40 million people across the country. 40 million people. And you know what? I hope out of those 40 million, 7 million of them are fucking No Kings protesters. Just going to put that out there. That girl, Jamie, just needs to get over herself and accept the fact that the Trump is a fan of the AC/DC song Big Balls, and that he is going to get to troll every future president. Exactly. Trump's got the biggest fucking balls of them all. Although I've seen pictures of what they expect the fucking ballroom to look like, and it looks fucking beautiful.
That we need, because we are the people, a lot of us can't even afford very much.
Probably because you're all relying on the fucking system. Go do what I do. Gig economy. Get some extra fucking cash.
And you're wanting to take all of our shit away from us?
Oh, so you're part of this, okay? So you are one of those brokies that's relying on the system. That's what you're fucking telling me. Go get some more money. You seriously, all you really need in order to fucking be a gig driver is a vehicle, a license, and an IQ bigger than your fucking shoe size. That's it. It's not that difficult. Of course, the more money you make, the less food stamps you'll be able to get. But then again, you're not getting any fucking food stamps right now.
That's bullshit and not right. And if you think that's right to starve a child, then you're the problem too.
Oh, no, actually, here's the reality of that, okay? I don't care about your kids. Okay? I care about my kids because they're my kids. It's up to you to take care of your kids. And if you are incompetent enough to be reliant on a system that continually fucks you over and not work for yourself, you're your kids' problem. If you purposefully fucking get knocked up once a year in order to try to get more food stamps, cash assistance, better Section 8, and all these other fucking things because you think you understand how to fucking bypass the system, you're the one who's putting your kids at risk. My kids are straight. Okay? I'm straight. My parents are straight. Everybody in my fucking family is straight. That's who I care about. It's not my responsibility to take care of your children. Simple as that. So how dare Batgirl Jamie try to accuse me of not caring about this? Here's the reality. I understand completely that this does affect a lot of people, but it's not my fucking fault. All right? I'm not the one who convinced people to become fucking reliant on the system. It's not my fault that single parents have decided to become career parents and fucking get knocked up by multiple fucking guys in order to get more food stamps. I think this chick just needs a prescription of get off your ass. I agree. And what up, family? John Foster, I see you in the chat. To me, this is the problem. There's too many fucking people, about 40 million people that are completely fucking reliant on the system. And some of them, yes, I think it sucks because I know that there are a lot of people who are too elderly or too disabled to fucking go out and work, and therefore they can't get the provisions that they need. I know some people who actually are so fucking whacked that they can't fucking go out and work without wanting to choke a motherfucker. I understand that. There are some people that need these benefits long term. But not everybody that has these benefits need these benefits. And if you raise your children to believe that this is what you need, well, now you've just created a generational loop that is basically, some people are fucking, like there are some people, and I think I talked about this on an episode a couple weeks ago. There's this one lady who was yelling that I saw on TikTok. She was yelling at her son for trying to go out and get a real job because she's like, if you go out and make money in this household, then they're going to decrease my food stamps. Like, if anything, and you know what's funny is like, okay, look, I may work for myself and I feed myself, but most of it's like fucking fast food and shit because I got a mini fridge. I can't keep food in my fucking mini fridge. Meanwhile, people with food stamps are demanding more food stamps so they can get all the fucking benefits. And hey, I got an idea for you. If you're that fucking hungry, you can go to a church that doubles as a canned food drive. You can go there, you can get milk, bread, cheese, canned goods. You can get all the things that you need in order to survive, and you can get it for free. I've done that before, on top of getting food stamps. So it can be done. If you're really hurting for fucking bread, go to the Hunger Barrel. It's simple as that. That's the way that rich people fucking donate. So that way they can get tax write-offs. But this is a system that you've become completely fucking reliant on. That's the problem. And I think that's it's sad But at the same time, it's kind of funny that people who fucking bitch about this shit have completely become reliant on the system. Don't be reliant on the system, especially, it's like, look, I look at it this way, and I've been saying this for a long fucking time, and I'm sure a lot of people that are watching right now can fucking agree with me on this one. Love your country, question your government. Simple enough as it is. But don't fucking rely on fourth-hand information to try to talk about the first, because that's exactly what Batgirl Jamie was doing and what a lot of people are fucking doing. And it's been like that ever since Trump decided to run for president of the United States. This is the reason why you got people that are hating on Trump. This is the reason why people are hating on Trump so much that when he tells you not to fucking take Tylenol while you're pregnant, some chick ends up fucking overdosing on Tylenol because Trump told her not to do it. These people have become sickly fucking deranged to a point where a joke like Trump derangement syndrome has literally turned into something real. And this is basically the fucking note that I have to end it on. Because I want to get out of here. I want to go to bed so that way I can go to fucking work tomorrow. You know, so I don't have to rely on food stamps. So, with that being said, much love to you guys. Thanks for coming in, watching, participating up in the chat. I will see you guys next week, unless you start following me on Twitch. I'm currently playing Pokemon Legends ZA because that came out, and eventually I'm going to have to get into that. I'm going to have to play some more Final Fantasy Tactics. I also got Evil Dead Regeneration, as well as a physical copy of Final Fantasy Tactics. I just went to a video game store today, and I ended up getting 2 Shining Force games for the PS2. I'll probably be playing that someday. But right now, Pokemon. And that's actually a fun game, so make sure you check that out. Twitch.tv/CrazyMcCormick. Yep. Peace out. Be safe. Be healthy. Live long and prosper. All right. I'm out this bitch, y'all. I was homeless for about 2 years. If this chick is that hungry, she needs to learn how to dumpster dive. Granted, she also does not look like she has been missing too many meals. I agree. What up, Ivy Killa? Whoop, whoop, y'all. I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.